Yeah, I don't think you picked 2 feet.
What?
It's okay. I should probably take it. Okay. We did go live, but you guys are fine. You wanted to roll for a name, correct?
I thought you were just recording it for your own purposes.
I am. For us, so I can listen back to it. Nobody watches live plays. In our other game, like with the other Brian, Andre, and them, we get like 20 views. We're good.
Throw it up on Twitch too.
I should. Nobody will watch me on Twitch either.
Dude, you could get 2 people.
I didn't add any tags.
It's fun.
All right, so.
Yeah, I can't find anything that he did. Pick a feet, nothing on
He
here.
didn't write anything. He was thinking about it and went upstairs. I think he was thinking the archery one. So he could get like the plus, or it's avoid cover, and then you get a +5 to damage, but you have to take a -10 to hit.
Well, he's got a Mask of the Wild. He's exempt to hiding or something. Well,
yeah, that's
partially.
yeah, no.
But I think that's part of his.
One of the things
class.
he had mentioned was the one that makes him when the enemy has cover, it ignores cover. Or he can say, I'm going to take a -10 to hit, or -5 to hit, and I'm going to do +10 damage or something.
Okay.
Here, roll
Here,
this.
look in that book that you just put your thing on.
Hang on, hon.
What?
I'm having him roll for his name real quick, so I can write some stuff. 50? Heian. Does that sound okay? Heian?
Yeah.
Okay, and then roll it again for your last name. Woo, woo.
That sharpshooter.
Yeah.
The one that you're thinking about. Like.
54.
Lathalus. Almost like Legolas.
So do you believe that my writing utensils are in the car?
I have a pencil. Okay. Do you guys have dice?
Yes. That book, page 165.
All right. Should I put your actual names above your characters' names too, so you know which one's you? I'll do that.
Were there no feats and bolos?
Yes, racial feats. Why?
Maybe that's why I didn't pick one. Because I didn't like anything.
Oh, not Volo, sorry. And this one over here, though. Xanathars.
Oh, okay. Can I see that?
I'm going to pass that down to her.
Hi, Caleb.
Let me see this real quick. I'm trying to jot these down. And then we're good. He sounds like Oliver to me. Doesn't he?
Love it.
He sounds like Forrest Gump to every normal person.
Lily. Lily. Can you say Lily's name?
I think he sounds like a toddler, so I mean.
You got
He
down.
enunciates like Lily.
Can you say Lily?
He's
Can you
"I know
say
what you're
mommy?"
doing."
Yeah, he does say things that are weird sometimes.
Can you say mama?
So I think my favorite part of
Can you
the
say
pizza is the
daddy?
crust.
What?
My favorite part of the pizza is the crust.
How do you say daddy? Do you say chicken? Caleb?
No.
Lily. So they're like Jenny from
Did you
Forrest
write your
Gump.
name down?
No.
I wrote it right here.
Daddy?
Yes? Oh, you guys need a pencil. I don't care anymore. If you guys get hurt and bust your head open, that just is a learning experience.
My
And then you just
suggestion would be to not
Go
do
hang out
that.
at the ER. So.
Yeah, I'm not taking them.
Oh, you'll stay here. Paula's character will go on vacation.
we got D&D to play. Lily, get off the stairs. If you're gonna be upset about him doing something and tattle on him, you need to do the right thing.
I feel like I have time to pick a feat, seeing as how Lee's changed his class in my game like 4 times.
Pick your feat later.
He picked a feat and then changed what his feat was going to be.
That's fine. Do it later. I don't care. I've asked you what feat you were using.
Yeah. You said you got Xanthos,
She's
right?
apparently really enjoying
Yeah, she's
this
got it right now, which I'm gonna need it in a minute. So
Here's your cantrips. And here's
Okay.
your first
I will need
level spells.
Xanathos, guide.
That's fine. You can have it back.
Yeah.
There's nothing in it.
So we
That's
got
what
an Echo Dot today.
Mhm.
And so Mom's apparently playing with the Echo Dot. I can see everything that she does with it.
Oh, yeah.
So right
Lily!
now I listen to Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Lily,
Really?
I
No.
just told you if you're gonna tattle on him for the same stuff, you don't do it. Get upstairs, Lily. She just tattled on him for doing the exact same thing 5 minutes ago.
You can go upstairs.
You want to turn that light off and close the door to the office?
That's the one.
Is that the one you chose?
Yeah, I've chosen lucky before.
Did you write it somewhere?
No, I didn't. I didn't have my sheet for the time.
Oh, because you wanted lucky? That's a good. Okay, just write
Okay,
lucky.
those ones are yours.
3 times a day,
You can roll D20.
or you can force somebody else if they try to hit you or something.
Hey, there's so much stuff.
But it has to be before I say they hit. So if you want them to have disadvantage, say it's a pivotal time, you're rolling hit points, you would say, hey, I want them to have
Okay,
disadvantage.
so what are
What do I write?
So
What, lucky?
your
Write it down here under
characters-
features. If you don't have room, there's a spot on the second
Yeah, no,
page for
it's
additional
spelled.
features. Because you will get more later.
So you already had to. You didn't have her pick her cantrips yet.
Does she have to pick them?
Yeah, I assume.
I thought as a cleric you got every.
else.
No,
You got everything.
clerics have everything. It's just every day you get to pick.
So every day you get to pick
Now, how many is based
3 cantrips, and I don't know. We didn't write it down.
on. I have her sitting next to you to help her.
Just saying.
You were in a hurry to go shopping the other day, so give me a break.
I see shadow. Okay. Yeah, cantrips known are 3.
3,
So you have
2
3.
first level.
2 first level spell slots.
So yeah, you can cast any of those.
So you need to pick.
this time?
Cantrips are different. Cantrips are the same. They're not. It's,
Okay, so then help her pick one.
Yeah. So out of these, you need to pick 3, and they're the only 3 that you're gonna get.
Okay.
Cantrips are usually always the same. I don't think anybody gets to pick.
Yeah, no, it's just, the cleric knows all the spells, but you can only have the spell slots.
Right, but I think that the cantrips are always the
Yeah,
same.
you would just pick the 3 that you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So we'll probably play a little bit, take a little break, and then finish out until you said 9:30, right?
Somewhere around there.
Okay.
I mean, if everything's going well at home, maybe we'll be able to stay a little bit longer.
Okay. Did Mom seem okay?
Oh, we got there. Yeah. The other day, she said that her time with Caleb made her feel a little better about coming to my house. So.
Well, that was why I said, maybe it's not a good idea. Because I talked to her yesterday, or the other night. I was just thinking out loud. I was like, oh, maybe it'd be easier if all 4 kids were here, and then we could play a little longer.
She called me last night, and I'm
It's
like,
'cause I
I've
told
heard
her last
nothing
night.
about
Yeah.
this. So
And I said I would talk to you about it, and I just didn't because I was like, well, she's said before she can't watch all 4 kids. She can't handle it. So
Yeah.
no, that's not going to work.
Shadow.
And
and that's what all.
I don't want
Yeah.
this, already happening. But
It's okay. It's not that bad when it's 1, but if it was all 4 of them. up
4
and
kids and mom
downstairs.
sitting upstairs.
right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so pick 3 of those.
yeah, if I was recording this for like views and money or whatever,
It would be in small talk.
yeah, no, I would have waited to hit live. So you don't have to worry. Nobody will watch this after hearing about Mom and the kids and me yelling at Lily.
Don't do that.
And then she got a
Caleb.
creepy stalker somewhere.
I had a lot of those. I've had more.
Sorry, I'm
I've
trying to
had
figure this
creepy
out.
stalkers disappear. So
Um,
they just quit creepy stalking me. I've had people give me a bunch of free stuff, which was awesome. And now that I don't think they watch my channel anymore.
Got bored.
I don't know. Yeah, probably.
they moved on.
Yeah,
not
they
that
found
exciting.
better channels. So I'll give you some little background information. So so you're in the city is Asal Thalas, Thalas. It's in a forest that is magical. So in this forest, from the outside, it's much smaller, but when you're in it, it's kind of like the TARDIS, bigger on the inside. And so travel might seem like it's a lot longer than it would normally be for a forest of this size. And it's all because of how the magic is. Now, the reason there's magic on this forest, it's actually the elves put this magic on this forest, is to keep certain creatures inside of it so they can't go out and destroy the world kind of thing. There's also around most elven cities, there's think like lampposts, but with like a magical blue flame above it. And it's what it does is it keeps some of those magical creatures from entering the city. What it also does is when you're outside of it, you actually can't, like if you turn around, you don't see the city. It just looks like forest. So every time you walk through that threshold, it's
Like Once Upon a Time.
like what?
The show Once Upon a Time.
I've seen the show. I don't know if that happened or
The
not.
magical bar. If you step outside it, you can't see anything. It's just a road.
Yeah, Storybook because
Yeah.
it's
There you go. And
Magical.
that would be exactly it. Now, some of the cities that don't have the magical flames or streetlights, as I like to think of them, they're usually canopy cities, like up in the top of the trees.
Oh, we don't need
You guys are from a city that's not like that. It's on the ground, real elegant, high end. Exterior buildings are where the wood elves typically live. They will have huts and things like that made of sticks and whatever, foliage. The more fancy buildings for the sun elves and moon elves, they'll have like glass buildings and really nice. Imagine a lot of beautiful green crystals and things like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you are crazy.
That'd be crazy.
Okay.
I'm crazy. That'd be crazy, Mommy. We out. La 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 la. It'll play that game, Mommy.
Yeah.
It'll play that game.
Okay.
Okay, now you need to pick 6 out of here. These change every day.
Okay.
These other ones don't change.
Okay.
Now you're picking 6, but you only have two slots to cast them.
Oh, so he got that backwards then.
What?
The 2 are the ones that change.
And the
3
three
are the ones
don't.
that stay the
Yeah.
same.
You can't. No. That's from being a life cleric.
Oh.
You always have those because you're a life
You
cleric.
have
Okay, so
these
those are
2
different.
spells
Yes.
that you can
Okay.
cast. You can cast each one of these once a day. But then in addition to that, you also have 2 extra spell slots. Those 2 spell slots, you can choose. You'll have a pool of 6 spells that
Okay.
you choose out of there every day. And then you have
Well,
those
that's one
2
that I have
slots.
automatically. And that's the other one that I have. Okay. Okay, just put those.
Hey, no throwing. Caleb. Hey, that's not for Shadow. I was gonna grab props and stuff too, but oh well.
She said, "Oh,
Okay.
My dog scared me.
Mhm.
My dog.
Are you gonna finish watching your movie upstairs?
Lily's watching it without you right now.
You're missing it.
I want to watch it. I want to watch it.
You gotta like trick him and make him think it's his idea.
Of course.
I don't get it. Don't get kids. Nobles are made up of sun elves, moon elves, and high elves. Wood elves are usually the common folk. Can serve in the military and fill many roles in Asal Thalas. Magic items are typically for sale in elven cities. However, they're usually about 10 times more expensive to 30 times more expensive than your typical items. And then there's a good chance they might not have what you're looking for. So we would roll for it. All right. Give you some more information. So you guys have all applied for the Elven Adventurers Guild for your own various reasons. So if you can think about why you wanted to become an adventurer, that would be great. You don't have to tell me. Just something to keep in mind. You might have your own reasons. You might want to save somebody. You might want to become rich and famous. You might want to serve your deity well. I don't know. Adrin Celeveroon is the leader of the guild. And to become a full-fledged member of the Elven Adventurers Guild, you must find a guide and take with you to see the Oracle deep in the forest.
I'm crazy. Look at mommy.
So that's kind of what's going on.
Yeah.
We gotta find a guide to take us to the Oracle.
Mhm.
The guy's name Morpheus.
You can hire whatever guide you want in town.
He can be.
There's no guarantees that the guide will help you. It might turn into a were-tiger. I don't know.
Are there a lot of like guides that we know of already in this area?
There's a few.
Or-
There's a few. They're all pretty standard. I mean, offhand, there's probably not anybody who stands out per se. You've all been into the forest at different points in your life, so you know the general surrounding area. But the further you get out, obviously, it would be difficult for you on your own right now.
Gotcha.
It's a magical forest. It's hard to
Get around.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I'm going to assume that there's some sort of inn or tavern or something like that.
The Adventurers Guild actually has a open area that's got its own
Like a board posting or something. That's kind of what I'm looking
Kinda,
for.
but it's like, so they have a public one that's for people like you, and then they have the private quarters in the back, which is much bigger, that you guys are not allowed into yet. But in the front portion, there's guides, there's members that are just there to socialize, things like that.
Let me write these.
So here's the other thing. So we're coming up upon the summer solstice, about a month away. About once a year, anyone who's applied to be an adventurer, they kind of weed it out and figure out who they are willing to let in. You four have been chosen. You may or may not know each other. That's up to you guys. But you are the pool of the people they decided would work to join it. So this is a kind of initiation deal.
So are we competing against each other
No.
for a spot, or
No.
we're just?
It's not like a succeed or fail thing. You just need to go and get like your prophecy, and then that's about it. And then you come back, you meet with Adaran Celeveroon, and
So I've got
tell them what your
6,
prophecy
and
is.
I've narrowed down to 2 out of these 6.
No, out of those 6, just hold on to those, and
Oh, okay,
during
so
the
just-
day, you
I
can
wanna-
just use any
Okay.
one of those 6.
Okay.
So it's like these are your choices.
But I can only
basically.
use up to 2.
You can only use
Okay.
2. So which ones are? This is those. These are the other 2 you have, and that's those. So these ones. So you can switch it, at the beginning of the next morning,
Okay.
or you can keep the same ones if you want to.
Most of the time,
It's really up to you.
when I played my cleric, I used pretty much the same ones. The only time I changed it is if I knew I was going into a different situation.
Or, you know, like, let's say you haven't. You can go lay down.
Pull me downstairs.
No!
Let's say all of a sudden we're coming up against a bunch of undead.
Lily,
You
go!
might switch and be like, okay, well,
Lead
then
by
I want,
example.
like, protection
Go watch
from
your show.
evil. You know, because it's more applicable to what you're fighting. That's
You're
what
gonna
most
drive me nuts,
people do.
Okay.
They never bothered me this much.
All right.
It's because
So-
of loss.
Yeah, that could be part of it. My blood pressure hasn't gone down yet. So just so you know, an Elven Adventurers Guild is kind of like a mercenary thing. It's not, you know, you can. It's only in the Elven cities. So if you were to leave and go somewhere else, there might be in really large cities an Elven Adventurers Guild Hall, but most of the time there won't be. So not that you guys would know much about the outside world, but
Mhm.
yeah, just to give you an idea.
Well, some of us might.
Some of you might. I don't even know all your backgrounds and stuff.
So,
All right.
I think we should look for.
And right now you're in the open bar of the guild.
Right. I would like to look for the guidiest guide that I can find. Like, if there's somebody who's wearing, like, armor made from leaves, or just something that just looks very
Well,
outdoorsy.
everybody in here looks like they're some sort of adventurer. Except for the bartender.
What, you looking
Who's-
for an old dude with
I'm just
like an
looking-
eye patch?
There's
Yeah.
nobody who looks like an extremely
Like, is
old
Strider
out-
sitting in the corner
There's-
somewhere?
There's a lot of people solo right now.
Okay.
You guys are you probably were just given this by Adaran. He probably gave you the order and then left. And he left you kind of standing there. And as you turn around, again, there's not a lot of tables. It's more open bar, like stand-up area, high tops that you just stand at. Because they don't want lurkers. That's not the point of this. So you have at the table closest to you, there's a guy with a staff. He's wearing green leather.
Is Leaf gonna ask if he's Morpheus?
His name is Morpheus. No, he has green and brown leather. In fact, most people in here are wearing leather armor. There's not a heavily armored
Okay.
character in here. There's another guy with a short sword.
Except you. Are you wearing?
Well, yeah, you guys. You know, outside of you guys,
Well,
he's
I
in
think-
heavy armor. She's probably in some decent armor. I don't know what you two are probably wearing. You're probably looking like everybody else in here. You know,
I got you.
leather.
I have no armor.
You're just naked.
I am just hanging out in my beautiful clothes.
She's got
Okay.
some leaves or something.
I don't even
cover
know
the
what you're
important spots.
You have a tarp.
What?
A tarp.
No, just clothes.
If you here, describe what you look like for the group. Let them get a good picture of what you look like.
Oh, I don't know
Boom,
what I'm all
right
that
there.
exciting. Yeah, I look like this. So I have fairly tanned skin, copper colored, with auburn hair. And
A big pet snake.
I'm pretty. It's not a pet snake.
I think that's a chain.
It's a chain.
It's actually sort of like wrapped around. At one end is like an axe that's sort of holstered, and then the chain sort of just wraps around me and hangs. There's a big weight at the other end.
Where
But-
does it wrap around your neck?
Yeah, it's
She's
just
ready
sort
to be
of
choked
around,
with it by a mage with mage hands.
around the back of my
Or
neck.
my
How
hand.
else would you carry a chain that you?
I would
fight
probably
with?
wrap it around my arm if I was your
I've never
character.
seen like
Or
a
she's
chain
got a
warrior.
small. It's just
And
Yeah, I'd probably just wrap
I'm
it, though.
fairly small. Well, I guess
And
we're
then you
all
take the
elves,
weighted
but
end, you
I'm
go-
about 5 feet tall, so I'm pretty small.
she's a
You're
little
short.
elven
Person.
lady.
Yeah, she's tiny.
I'm very, very short.
So you're obviously wearing some decent
Fairly
armor
young
though.
as well.
Probably scale mail.
Nope, I'm
Yep, I got
102.
scale mail.
Yeah, so you
I'm
look like you're
102.
wearing some pretty good armor. He's wearing some pretty good armor. What are you in chainmail?
Chainmail.
And then you're in leather. Yeah. So
And then
okay.
everyone else in leather.
And so everyone else in here either looks like they're in leather or regular clothes. Lots of guys with staffs look like more like walking sticks than they do like
Sliding
staffs.
sticks.
Right, right. They,
Okay.
but they all pretty
Oh,
much
I
have
walk
like
into-
short swords on their side.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, you could talk to any of them. They all look fairly similar. I mean, your typical elf, lighter skin elves.
Do any
They're
of
all
them-
wood elves.
Do any of them stand out from the other, or is it just like?
No, but there are 8 of them. There's 8 different ones in here.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna try and find one of the
Guide.
like maybe somebody who looks sort of middle aged. Like I don't want to talk to
So like
somebody.
120 and not like
Yeah,
100.
so
like
I don't
90?
want to talk to somebody who looks like they would have trouble navigating the forest and walking. Like if they're using their staff as an actual cane, they're not the person I'm looking
So
for.
Do they
one
have
of
like a
them looks
dirty
like he has
stick?
some pretty dirty boots, and his sword looks like it's pretty weathered at the grip as well.
That looks like
Sounds
the
good.
kind of person that
Yeah.
That's the guy
That's
you're looking for?
exactly who I'm looking for.
All right. So that'll be a guy that looks like, whoops, looks like that. You can see he's actually got 2 swords. But yeah, so there's this guy. Okay. So if you want to put him out there, he says, so yes, I overheard you guys needed a guide.
Yeah, we're looking to go visit this oracle
Yeah.
in the forest.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know how to get there?
Yeah, of course. I've led many adventuring parties over the years there.
About how long would that take?
About 2 days. 2 days journey.
Okay.
Assuming you guys can handle the rigors, up and downs and arounds, you know.
Well, I don't know about them, but I'm fairly confident in my own abilities.
Don't seem to be dressed for the occasion.
Don't you worry about that.
Okay. I kind of
I
look.
have
He looks
many
over at you
skills.
in your heavy armor and says, "That's a lot of stuff to wear in the forest." And kind of does the same to you. Yours looks like it would breathe a little bit.
I'm nimble.
It might be tough. Well, of course, you're an elf. I wouldn't expect anything less.
Very nimble.
Now, this guy looks nimble. She looks nimble.
Are you flirting with the dude with the sword?
No, he's calling me out. I can get
I
around.
just question what you guys are wearing. That's all. I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine. I feel safe around you, but
Yeah.
you know, it could serve difficult at certain times. You know, wearing such heavy armor and stuff like that. But I'm sure in battle you're more than competent. So
And this is
Got you.
something that you're willing to do out of the generosity of your own heart, because we are.
I would expect
Recruits?
probably I don't know,
Free
10
fitting?
gold. It's not too bad. I would expect 10 gold for 4 days of my time.
You guys got some gold?
I got some dollars.
I'll take 5 now and 5 after.
Okay, we'll take care of it for you.
Okay. So I'll take my 5 now.
I'll give him 5 gold.
Thank you.
Thank
She's
you.
gonna ditch us in the woods. Like,
Thank you.
I'm
Well,
nimble. I can keep
if
up.
you guys want to, check the blacksmith or anything. If there's anything you need, suit up now and go get what you need. But we'll step out first thing in the morning. All right.
Sounds
Meet me
good.
here. I'll be at that high top over in the corner, and yeah, we'll get some water. I'll get some rations. We'll be good. Good. And I'll provide the food for our journey.
Oh, fantastic.
Fabulous.
Comes out of the 10 gold, so it's part of the price you get with me. I offer that service.
It's an all-inclusive package.
It's a good service.
This ball
Okay.
stretches far.
All right, do you guys need to get anything?
No.
Okay. All right.
Unless Lee's got some like Black Friday sales on magic items.
Half off today only. You sure? What do you want?
I don't know. Can I get anything for 15 gold?
Nope, not even our half off healing potions.
Oh,
Sorry. Healing potions are 25 gold.
maybe we'll have some gold for Cyber Monday.
Maybe
No, because that's 4
Well,
days. You'd be
you know
kind of
what?
close.
Right now, most
No long-
people are
no
doing
long rests.
75% off. I'm just saying.
I'm trying to haggle.
No, that's just for big
Do you
items like
price
TVs.
match? I heard over 2 cities over. You know.
Yeah, bring me the coupon.
We
But
had
it
a
has to
copy
be
of their
today.
I need a copy of the ad.
ad. Wow. Okay.
All right. Do you guys have a standard? What would be your assumed standard marching order? So I don't ever have to ask later on, like who's going to be in the front, if you're going single file. Maybe you go 2 by 2.
Who are you?
Probably me up here in the front.
I don't think I should be in the front
Wait, you
or
have
the
20?
back. So.
Shit, you go first. Then.
Yeah.
How do you have 20 AC?
Because it's 10 plus my dex plus my wisdom. I
Remember
have
she rolled,
20
like-
of
yeah.
20 dex and 20 wisdom.
Forgot.
She had those weighted die in the rolls, you know.
Yep. I don't know. Rachel
You
will
do
really love that.
distance fighting?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Your bow? There you go.
Don't get ambushed in the back.
Standard.
Okay, cool.
Fine.
The naked one in the front and the naked one in the back. Okay. The heavily armored in the middle.
I know, right?
Isn't that weird? Weird party. Okay.
Thought
But
that's
maybe
true.
we're armored in the middle for a reason.
Right. See, so are all of you from this city? Or do you live in this city right now?
Yeah.
Yes?
Well, right
You wanna
now.
live in this city right Like, is this home to you?
No.
Not right now?
Nope. It's not going to be home.
Is this
to me.
home to you?
I don't even know what home is.
Well, it's up to you. Make it up.
He's
Like, do
sad now.
you have a
Let's see
living
who it is.
quarters here? Like,
Outside.
it's up to you. It's not
Sure, I live there.
Okay, so you're the
Make it
only
easy.
one. So you just sleep on the ground somewhere or some temple.
Oh, seems legit.
All right, that works. All right, so
This case,
Actually,
you can
no.
come to my town.
I would seek refuge with different people in the town.
that works. Okay,
I'm well known.
so
I got
Just
Shelter
go-
of the Faithful.
go
Maybe I
shoot
don't live
people.
there, and I just
Yeah.
live in the temple.
Invite yourself to dinner.
Somewhere else is home for me.
I can find places to rest,
But I
hide,
have Shelter
etc.
of Faithful.
among
I sleep in that.
commoners.
That's
I
what you're
don't-
saying.
I don't think I'm yeah. I'm a folk
I
hero.
like it.
Mhm.
All right,
I've defeated some armies in my day, you know.
all right. So you all know that the
Throw some
forest is
fire.
magical, and due to the magic on the forest, travel takes much longer within it. The forest sprawls far and wide due to the magic. This in turn keeps most forest creatures yada yada yada, just like I told you already.
Yeah.
Common for magical torches, blah blah blah. Okay. So you guys start to step out the next day. You probably fell asleep at some temple. You slept with some homeless beggars. I'm just kidding. There's probably not a lot of those here. But you slept with some common wood elf folk. You probably stayed at home, and you probably stayed at home. Okay. Morning, you're well rested. You're all situated. You meet up with your guide, I better pull out a name because I forgot to write that down. Suck at this.
I live in a tiny house, so I would have invited you.
I live in
Jerry.
Is
Is his name Jerry?
No.
Can we call him Jerry?
I want to call him Jerry.
You can call him whatever you want, but he might not be happy about it.
Jerry.
Osteroth. Osteroth.
He makes fun of my name.
Mine are from the book for elves.
So who's Osteroth? Is that our guide?
Osteroth.
Jerry.
Oyster?
No, it's Jerry Osteroth.
Jerry Osteroth?
Ulster House.
Wait, can he be like Osteroth Jerry so we can call him OJ?
No. No, there's only one juice at this table, and he's right here. All right. So Osteroth, as he likes to be called, hands each of you guys 2 days worth of rations.
Okay.
He says on the way back you'll get 2 more, but he's going to hold on to them for now.
He's rationing the rations.
Yeah, he wants to make sure that it doesn't,
If
nobody,
something happens to you,
nobody's a glutton, basically. And yeah, if you die, he doesn't have to give you rations. I mean, you're dead. So yeah. So anyways,
So it's a real
My
peach.
mom.
so he would be probably next to you up front.
Okay.
So if you want to set him next to her. And as you guys start walking out, he's
He's
talking about what you guys can expect to see, like, oh yeah, over here there's a little spring, and over here there's some trees that, fell down in a storm, and he's telling you all this stuff, right? You walk through the torches, and he's like, he has a weird look on his face, but you guys keep going, and you probably are walking for about an hour before you see he seems lost already. He seems confused. You guys also make a perception check, all of you.
What die?
A D20. Any checks or anything are going to be a D20.
No, you add your perception.
No roll
No.
on that.
D20.
Oh, it's
20-sided. Yep.
Don't worry, guys. I got this. 21.
21.
I got 12.
12. What'd you get, Eddie?
19.
19. What'd you get, Brian?
I didn't write my pluses in, but it's not a 21. Like 11.
It'd be your wisdom modifier.
Plus your proficiency bonus. If you're
Is he proficient?
in that.
Yeah. So it'd be plus 3.
3. Yeah, so
12.
Okay, so you two that have a 12, you go, that's just not how I remember the forest from a few weeks ago. Looks a little different. So that's how you feel. You, especially being a ranger, would probably notice it even more. It seems like certain spots that you you'd remember have grown extra fast, significantly quicker. But then there's other things that aren't there that used to be. It just seems odd to you. And you, was it a nat 20?
No.
Oh, okay. So you would be kind of the same thing. You would see that the forest to you, the things you would normally recognize are different. Again, the growth has been much more than normal. And the guide turns to you and says, something isn't right.
How much more
Like
are we talking?
tens of feet for trees, and
Trees tall.
you might have
bushier.
bushes that have died. They're not necessarily rotting or anything, but they're just like not even there. Like they've disappeared. You know, certain things that were older in life look like they're not even there anymore. Something is going on. He turns to you and he says, this isn't normal. I don't know what's going on, but I will do my best to lead you. But I haven't left in over a month, and it looks pretty drastically different. All right.
I'm going to just kind of step aside, and I want to take a look at just some of the plants and the trees and make sure that they at least appear how I would expect them to look, even if they were that size. As in, I want to make sure that the trees are essentially real. They appear to be completely normal and in amongst themselves.
Do a nature check.
Are you sure you don't want me to do survival?
Yeah, just do nature.
You mean survival?
Survival, sure.
Okay. That would be 24.
I mean, it looks like a tree.
Okay.
There's nothing. I mean, you're thinking of the biology of the tree. Like, this looks normal to me.
Okay. Right.
Anybody else want to do anything? Or?
I don't have any problem with.
Can I ask Jerry if he knows where we're at?
Yeah, I know where we're at. I mean, it's just the trees and everything don't look like they did a month ago. And the further you get away from the city, the worse it seems to get. Where things have aged even more, it looks like.
Can we still see? Are we
You
on
say
a
like
trail?
age, like
Well, they grew. Like, I don't know how else to explain that.
all right, so it's like thicker.
It did, like, for a tree to grow tens of feet, like
Okay.
you would think, boom. But it's not like in relation. Like the bushes didn't necessarily age, if I'm using that term, the same way the trees did. You know what I mean?
No.
So it's not like a time thing, but things are growing quicker and their life seems shorter.
That's not what I was thinking. Oh, okay, never mind.
Because
Hey,
there's
Lily, go back upstairs, okay, honey?
if there's a
And he'll go with you.
30 feet, that's magically
Yeah.
So okay.
You could do that. Yeah.
Okay. I've got this detect evil and good.
Here, let me see it.
divination. Yeah.
Look at Shadow.
You can tell
Go take
there's
it
an area within
upstairs.
30 feet that's been desecrated magically.
Please.
So look at creatures, so you know if there's a
Shadow. Drop it. Can you drop it? It's just the bottom.
consecrated, desecrated.
That's not ready. That's in the safe.
Who's consecrated and desecrated mean?
Consecrated would
Like
be
destroyed?
like it's been blessed, and desecrated would essentially be the opposite of that.
Like if something's happened.
So
Yeah.
with that, you can tell that there is a magic that has been done.
Okay.
It does feel like a dark magic, but you don't know what
Okay.
necessarily has been done. She will tear that up. That ball, she'll tear that up.
Yeah.
It's gonna be gone in a minute. Oh well, it's hard.
Hey.
Anything else anyone want to do?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm okay with continuing on, but I think I'm really on high alert because something's going on.
Okay.
Shadow.
Caleb, don't climb on the couch like that, buddy.
Kayla, will you take this ball from Shadow? Will you take the ball
I'm just writing
upstairs?
Take that upstairs so she doesn't destroy it. Caleb, take the ball upstairs, buddy. Okay, I'm gonna throw it away. Okay.
Take the ball. Hey, don't throw it for her, please.
No throwing.
Just set it
See, it's
upstairs.
fake out.
Mm-hmm.
Kayla.
Shadow, no. Shadow. Go upstairs, buddy. Shadow. Come here. Come.
She's not gonna come here.
No, but she'll leave him alone as long as we're doing that.
Right.
Okay. So you guys start to walk again. And you hear a loud growl. Like not like a growl like a dog. It almost sounds like that, kind of like a throaty, deep sound. Like I can't mimic it well. You'd almost imagine it like a frog or a toad or
You should
something.
have prepared with the sound clip.
I should have, but it's extremely loud. It doesn't sound like it's close at all, though.
Okay.
Sounds like it's coming from really far away. Not the direction you're going, though. Okay.
Okay.
The guide tells you that he's heard that noise before. He has not experienced what that is yet, and he'd like to keep it that way. So if we can pick up our pace,
And keep going where we're going.
that would be
Move
fantastic.
a little bit faster.
Now, I'm going to warn you. Should you guys choose to pick up the pace and keep that up for the day, you'll probably suffer a level of exhaustion by the end of the day.
I think we should really just try and be a little bit quieter as we're moving through here. You know, cut back on some of the conversation. Stop banging your shield all over the place because
If you
and
maybe
maybe
your
loud
chain.
is
Nice
the
to run,
reality.
now, if you
you
want
know-
to try to be stealthy, it does half your speed, so it'll take you 4 days instead of 2.
I'm gonna go normal.
Yeah,
Normal?
I think we should
Normal
walk
pace.
normally. I think my
Okay.
character is just saying like
Your
you
character
know,
has an attitude.
What is the?
no, I'm just saying like you guys are loud. That's all I'm saying. You know, watch where you're walking a little bit, and hopefully it will just leave us alone.
So Ostroff says, "Okay, I can respect that. You guys are paying me to do the job. I will do it the way you want to." And he decides to go at normal pace with you guys.
And what does he have? He's got a couple swords on him.
He's got two short swords. The one that's worn is not of elven make. The other one is.
Okay.
The one that is elven make is in like pristine shape. And then he has a staff, but it's more of a walking stick
Okay.
for things like this. And it's long. And he explains to you that it's one of his tools, basically. He'll sometimes check depth of water, things like that. It's less for actually walking and more for things like that.
Okay.
So, okay.
All right.
All right. So, the further you walk, the more unique the forest looks. Some of the trees now, you notice, and we're probably 5 hours in the first day. Some of the trees now are a little warped. They're not, pointed towards the sun necessarily. Some of them kind of twist a little. So there's that. And he says, this looks like a good spot to camp. Obviously, we have lots of growth around us, and it's a few more hours later, so it's probably getting close to dinner nighttime. Obviously, you guys don't have to sleep. You're all elves. He's an elf.
We like meditate.
Yeah, you all meditate.
Yeah, for like 4 hours. Or something.
But it does get. Oh, and here's the other thing. During the day, it gets very hot. During the night in this forest, it gets really cold. So you will obviously want to pitch a tent or something, whatever you have in your packs. So he starts setting up his little space, and he starts a fire for you guys, and says, "Surely go set up your tents, unless you want to try to march through the night. But I don't advise it. You'd be very tired."
Well, I don't have a tent, so I'm going to choose to just sleep near the fire with my blanket bedroll
Okay.
action going on. But I'll try and help set up the space too. But I kind of want to take note of how big of an area we're using and where we are in relationship to the other trees. Because my personal expectation is that they're going to be bigger in the morning. And
Okay.
so I want to make note of that so I can confirm whether that actually happens or
Yeah.
not.
Like if it's that quick.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to gauge is how much growth actually
So
happens.
how were you trying to gauge that?
Because my thought is, so I'm assuming that if we're camping somewhere, there's some sort of small clearing space.
Sure. There's like
And-
foliage all around you. It's probably 20-foot diameter. You're in between. It looks like this has been used as a campsite before.
Right.
Yeah.
So if there's a small area around us, if it grows during the night, I would expect the area to be even smaller when we wake up. And I would
Oh,
also
so you're
expect.
just assuming.
I'm
that it's
assuming it would come in, and
Okay.
I'm assuming that some of the trees would be even taller. Like I'm not looking at the tallest trees around us, but maybe there's a
You're
couple.
just eyeballing it.
That are
Yeah.
smaller.
There's a couple that
You
are
want to measure
know
somehow.
a little bit smaller.
Okay.
So I'm just sort of eyeballing it because I'm not highly suspicious right now. I mean, I've never
Give me a survival
walked.
check.
I've
Yeah.
never.
What's D20? So anytime we do any checks or anything, it'll always be a D20.
Okay.
The only time you roll other stuff is for certain spells for damage. Basically, it's just
Weapons and
damage, pretty
things,
much. Yeah.
So my theory is that I've never walked to the
18.
Oracle.
19.
Maybe
18.
because we're on the way to see the Oracle. Maybe there's something special about us that this is happening. So I'm not necessarily
Oh, really
suspicious. What? Yeah.
So
I'm-
you're kind of talking about all this, and he overhears you talking about, well, I wonder how much the trees are going to grow. And he says, well, why don't we just set like our weapon against the sword or against this tree and put a little hash there, and then in the morning we'll set the same weapon up against it and see how much it grew.
Sounds good to me.
That's fine.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't think it had to be that big.
I mean,
of a
I
deal,
wasn't
but
there.
He's
whatever
just
he
trying to
wants
help you be
do.
accurate.
I'd hardly even noticed anything, so I'm just gonna sit by the fire.
Right, you two are like, whatever.
I'm gonna go and meditate on my equanimity, and I'll see you guys in a few hours.
I like it. The guide says, that is a very big word you just used there. What does that mean?
Thank you. That would be my stress, my steadiness of mind under stress.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I can appreciate that. He kind of turns to you and says, we should get some tea sometime. He's impressed with the use of the big word. Okay, so the fire's going. He tells you in a little bit he'll put it out. It's just, so you can warm up some of the food and things like
Ready?
that.
Go show
and
Lily.
divvy it all up. He pulls the extra rations out and divvies them up to you guys. He says, we might be a little behind pace just because there's been times where I've been thrown off, but I've been able to keep us on track. I still think we'll get to the Oracle sometime tomorrow, hopefully before dinner time. If it does get kind of later, I would probably want to press on at that point because the further we go into the forest, the more danger there is. So.
A little bit. We'll get something for you upstairs.
So as he says this, you do hear wolf howls in the distance. But again, they sound like they're pretty far away. They don't seem to be coming your direction. It sounds like a pack of about 7 or 8 wolves. So just so you know. Anything anybody wants to do before sleeping? Or meditating, I'm sorry.
No, are we going to kind of rotate or do we not
We're
need
all
to do that?
I mean,
In meditation, you're still not
Okay.
Still in
fully
a
aware.
trance. Yeah.
Yeah.
So shouldn't we do like
2 and 2.
2 hour? Yeah. 2 hour shifts, 3 people.
Well, you would do
Right.
4 hours straight. You just transfer 4 hours. So
Oh,
you
and
would
then
just
the next
do,
do the next 4 hours. So
Yeah.
2 and 2.
well, to be honest, we could do like one person starts an hour in, the other people. I don't know.
Yeah.
And
you could
shift it.
Because then you'd only have to really rest for 5 hours.
4 hours.
Yeah.
Now, you can see in the dark. However, when it's dark, you can only see black and white. You can't discern color. You are at disadvantage still for anything that's sight checks.
But we have a fire. So,
For now, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you're limited to how far you can see in the dark, too. That's all. I mean, you're okay to do it. And noise travels further at night. So, just so you guys know that. If you ever notice, if you make noise at nighttime, it's louder.
Why is that?
I don't know.
No,
They tell us all about it in the Marines. You actually, no, I'm serious. You are going to you're more likely to give up your position with noise at nighttime than you are during the day. I think,
That's probably because there's not as
Less
much.
muffling noise.
Yeah.
yeah, probably.
But you're
people are more
Sense
on
your
alert.
visions.
Yeah.
Are we gonna try and hide
Impaired,
ourselves?
so you have to hear it.
There is
Yeah.
foliage
I guess that
around you,
makes sense.
so
sensory
you
So we're
know
kind of tucked away.
yeah, anything outside of your 20 foot, they'll see you right now because of the fire. But that's why he was going to snuff it out after a little bit. After you guys ate, basically, and warmed up, dried your boots out or whatever.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Let's get some meditation going.
Who's going first? How are you doing it? Are you doing it by the hour? Or are you doing it by 4 hours? It's up to you. I just wanted you guys to be
It doesn't
aware.
make a difference.
Okay.
If we do it by 4 hours, the benefit is we have 2 people awake at a time, but it's going to take us a little bit
Well,
longer.
hold on. If we do it by hour, though.
It'd be 4 hours. Well, it'd be 5 hours.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're talking about 5 hours or 8 hours?
Is the guide willing to take a shift?
Sure. He said he would take first shift
Okay, then let's do it by the hour then.
because he'll just keep the fire going that whole first shift.
Yeah.
So
Then
4
we can
hours.
just, yeah, he could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, you'd only need 4 of you.
Yeah.
Or 3 of you, I mean, then. That's a total of 4 hours. Oh, no, you would still need 5, whether he does
Yeah.
a shift or not. So it doesn't matter.
You would need to do a shift. You have to meditate for 4 hours, plus you're awake for 1 hour. Because of the shift.
Can you tell me how you're good at math?
Right.
What?
Why would the guy taking an hour shift make any impact on the time it took for you guys? It would just mean that one of you isn't doing one of the shifts.
Well, if all
That's
4 of
all it
us
means.
are sleeping and he does his first 4-hour shift,
His first
No,
1 hour
he does.
shift.
He does a 1 hour shift. Then he wakes up. He sleeps 1 hour. He's awake an hour, and then he does 3 more. So it's
So
a
automatically
total
5.
of 5 hours.
Right.
Right, but the guide has to do a shift in order for it to work out that way. Otherwise, it would be 6 hours because somebody would have to do 2 hours awake, and then they'd have to sleep for 4 hours. It's correct.
Okay. Whatever. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay.
Hold on.
I can map it out for you later.
That's what I'm doing right now. So.
Even if one of you did a 2 hour shift, it wouldn't matter. So, anyways, let's just do it.
Yeah, it would
So you're
because you
good.
have to sleep for 4
You're good.
hours.
We
then
don't
you
have to
can
get that
do a
technical.
2 hour
We're good.
shift.
Okay. So, I'm going to roll. Let's see what happens. All right. Who's doing which shift?
I
Guide
said
first.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That makes it easy for you.
All right.
The thing is. Okay. Okay. No, I get it.
Okay.
See how it would be 5 hours long.
Mhm.
Everybody would be awake for 1 hour.
All right.
It's very
So
simple.
the guide wakes you up out of your trance, says, "You're up." It's pitch black, but you can see in the dark up to 60 feet. And he goes over to his area, which his area you knew when he had set up was really nice. It's insulated with, double tiered tent. Like he's got it set up. He's good. It's pretty quiet until the last 10 minutes of your shift. Roll a perception check.
17.
So you hear some rustling. Sounds like it's a little bit out, but it sounds like it might be circling your encampment. It doesn't sound like it's coming closer though. It does sound like it's more than one thing making the noise. What would you like to do?
Just stay in the middle and keep your eye on it and ear on it.
Okay. So it comes up time roughly where it would be her turn.
Okay.
You haven't heard the noise in probably a couple minutes. Are you just going to wake her up and pass on the shift to her, or what do you want to do?
I'll keep those out.
Okay. And you'll just let her keep sleeping or trancing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it is.
Okay.
Carl.
Okay. So you hear, it sounds like the sounds have gotten closer. I'll just lay you guys down. You can put yourself wherever you would want to be. You're fine right there? Okay.
Here, I'll put you on the square. Is he gets mad about that?
No, I don't care about that.
Oh.
Roll initiative. I said 20 feet out, didn't I? So we'll go out to like here.
Do you want us to also roll initiative?
No, you're all sleeping.
I know, but that way we don't have to roll again.
It'll be from the time you wake up.
9.
9?
Plus 2 through though.
Okay.
That's with it.
Oh.
So I'm at a 19.
I mean, you do want your character to die, so that's why this is.
You really do 100% want him to die?
I think it'd be the appeal of the rogue and the Xanthar.
All right.
Very good.
Hopefully not on our first night, though.
All right. So I did roll a 19 right there. So 2 wolves come bolting out at you. And both are going to attack. They can only bite. One misses. Another one. Both miss. Okay. As they miss, you see a third one come out over here. Well, you hear it. And no, those 3 are the same.
Okay.
These ones are bigger.
Oh, Jesus.
The others do not hear it yet.
Yeah, that's right.
Are you gonna try it?
What do you? It's your turn. You get 1 action, and then you can move. But if you move, you will provoke opportunity attack. Unless you take a disengage action and don't attack.
And
So
just
you
for the
know.
record, yelling is not part of an action.
Well,
You can do it at the same
sleep
time.
rules are in Xanathar's guide. I've been
Oh,
excited
geez.
to use this.
Good.
I'll read the rules to you.
Don't play with her with that.
It's the
Just
very
like you could have
beginning.
woken me up,
Good.
and then we would both be doing this, and we'd both get an action.
I thought I'd be going to sleep or trying to
Well, you could have made a
Yeah,
decision to wake me up and stay
He's
awake.
trying to die first.
Yeah, but we're all gonna get killed in the process too.
We're
Can you roll that for
You
me?
could have woken us up.
Roll it.
Remember.
Oh, where is it?
I'm on it for you.
Thank you.
Oh, this one doesn't have
Let's
that.
use that. That was a good roll.
Natural 20.
It was 19.
Go to page
Hey,
77.
uh-oh. Can you grab that for me?
Shut up.
Mom wants to know where the TV remote is. I asked you before we left.
It was on the table, right?
Okay, waking someone. A creature that is naturally sleeping as opposed to being in a magically or chemically induced sleep wakes up if it takes damage or if someone else uses an action to shake or slap the creature. A sudden loud noise such as yelling, thunder, or a ringing bell also awakens someone that is sleeping naturally. Whispers don't disturb sleep unless the sleeper's
So, yeah.
passive wisdom is a score of 20.
Nope.
Or higher, and the whispers are within 10 feet of the sleeper. Speech at a normal volume awakens the sleeper if the environment is otherwise silent, and the sleeper has a passive perception of 15 or higher. So to yell, what I would do, this is how I'm going to rule it based on that. If you try to yell them awake as a free action, because you can talk freely, they're going to have to roll above a 10 perception if you yell. And I'll let them all do it.
Then yeah, I yell.
Okay, so you're going to yell, and then are you going to attack the wolves back?
Do we know if they're actually going to attack?
Yeah.
They're trying.
Yeah,
already
they
did.
both bit at you, and
Oh.
you are
2 missed
you're like dexterous
Alright.
enough that you were able to like move out of the way both times.
for both of those.
You kind of
little
used your
ones.
bow to like push the one's head out of the way and keep it back.
But now you got all these ones coming too. Okay, can we roll yet? Or, oh wait,
Sure.
because I assume you can just.
Yeah, roll your perceptions. Whoever rolls the highest, this would also count as your initiative.
Oh, okay.
I'm at 13.
17.
No.
You're still in your trance.
Dude, I'm a heavy sleeper.
Yeah, you're back. So you had 17.
I did. Mm-hmm.
And okay, so we'll do that.
What'd
That's
you
your
get?
order.
13.
Okay.
Perfect.
12. Sorry, 12, not 13.
All right.
What about the guide?
Oh yeah, I should probably roll for him. Yeah, he didn't make it.
Hopefully he doesn't get eaten in his sleep.
Oh
Stuck out here in the woods.
Sorry, guys. We came back because we got our guide killed the first night.
Who wants to be our next guide?
Yeah. Can we get a replacement guide, please? Who would like to sign up
Everyone's-
for
If you
that?
could find your way back.
It's true. The fire's changing all the time.
No, I gotta look at all this stuff.
Okay. So those two are gonna bite at you again.
If they're small.
13 does not hit, does it? No, you're at 14. That'll hit. All right. So one of them bites you. For 7 points of damage.
Whoa.
And
Ouch.
They do have pack tactics I forgot about, but that's okay. Yeah, I know. All right. So that's that. He's going to come up and bite the
The guide.
guide. Now, he does not have pack tactics because there's not another one on him. That will hit.
Didn't that wake the guide too?
Uh-huh.
Pretty hurt.
For 7.
How much life?
So you hear him go, ah! Roll another perception check.
Maybe this will wake you up.
You're up.
Okay, cool.
All right. So you're awake. He's awake.
He's awake and probably.
Who let the dogs out?
All right. So then
Granted,
this
he made a poor decision.
big one
too.
is going to come bite you, and this one's going to come bite
How
you.
many health points?
What's that?
How many health points do we have?
Do you have?
Yeah.
Not much.
Well, now you don't have a lot.
Okay, misses you.
Yeah.
Now I rolled a 3 on the die.
Okay.
Rolled another 3 on the die, so you're good too. So that was their turn. It is now Hyan Lethalas' turn.
That's you.
Okay. I think it's me.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I should attack something. Attacking. Ooh.
All right, so roll a d20. I'm assuming you're using a sword, right?
Yes.
Okay. What'd you get?
9.
9 on the die.
6 is it?
It has a dot under it. Oh, if it's this one, it'd be the 6. If it's that one, it's a 9. All right, so it's a 9 plus 5, so that'd be 14. 14 will hit.
Okay.
So now you're going to roll. This is your damage for the short sword, so that's 1d6 plus 3.
6, 9.
9?
Yep.
Thanks, Ron.
Okay, so when you hit this one in front of you, we'll say it's the one closest to the girl with the chain. He kind of cowers. He's still alive, but you take a slice out of its face. Okay? It is now Anastriana.
Anastriana.
Yeah.
Okay. I will take my chain. It's a kusarigama. That's a fun word. And I'm gonna whip the axe around my head, try and slice it across the face.
If you're
and
using
then-
the axe, use the hand axe. It's a d6.
Yeah, that's what I wrote down.
Okay.
You actually told me you treat it like a quarterstaff.
For the other side, yeah.
Well,
Sorry.
the other side
I didn't
is the
tell you.
way. Either way,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
D6. So I'm gonna try and slice it across the face, and then right after that, I will use my bonus action to follow up with a kick to the face.
Okay.
So
Yeah, monks get to like fight
15?
forever.
this 15
Yes.
hit. Okay, that's 6 damage.
Okay.
And 18 then will hit
Yep.
for another 7. So 13
Okay.
points of damage. He's dead.
No.
So so fucked.
You're not that bad.
No, now I just probably made it super angry.
You probably did.
That's big.
A little bit of
Really
blood.
big.
A little bit of blood comes, but he seems fine.
Just a little bit of blood.
I mean, he's bloodied, but it's not like
But he's
gushing.
big, dude.
Yeah, he's a big dude. Like this is
He's wearing
clearly
buffer.
the leader of the pack, although the other one's almost the same size.
Yep.
You know we're first level, right?
Yep,
Just-
I didn't
okay.
forget that.
Just making sure.
Adri,
Okay. I am gonna use a guiding bolt.
good.
So a
You
flash-
don't want to attack the one that's right in front of you.
I don't.
You're
Okay.
at disadvantage on ranged spells
Okay,
or
so
ranged weapons.
Should
or
I
something.
do the furthest one, the one by her then?
Probably.
Okay.
It would.
Okay.
You just wouldn't be at disadvantage. Is all I'm saying.
Okay. So I'll do the one over by her. Flash of light streaks toward the creature of your choice within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 4d6. So I probably have to roll this.
Yep.
to
So
see
roll
if
to see if you hit.
Okay.
What's your spell attack bonus?
I have no idea.
Is it a 5?
She's about to figure that out.
If it's 5, you hit.
Yes. It's
You
a
hit.
7.
7.
You barely hit.
Okay.
Roll your d6 4 times. Add it together. 6,
6,
8,
2.
12.
12.
Kill that one.
Okay.
So when you blast that one, you see just a scorching ray just burn right through it, burn a hole directly through it.
I can't. I'm like, it's like 50% of his life, and you're like, oh, he's just got a little bit of blood.
Yeah, it's more
I
fun that
feel
way.
like if I was half dead, I would
They
there'd be
have
a
20
lot of blood.
Look,
He was angry.
I'll just tell you, they have 26 hit points. So, yeah. Why not? I'm sorry, Bloom.
No.
Leaf, Bloom, Ruin Heart.
Leaf.
Come on, Leaf.
I'm gonna go swing a sword at I guess I'll come over here and swing at the one that's already half.
Yep, that one's been hit.
Yeah.
Those ones have less hit points, but yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Wow.
We're just gonna leave the guy.
Plus 4?
11. Yeah, that's
Miss. So when you swing, it already is like in a defensive position and you miss.
I missed.
Yes. Now, that one that was already hit and its face is gashed, move it how many squares? 8 squares back. Basically get past the green and then hand it back to me. Because he's running. Oops. I dropped it. All right. The other small one is going to attack you.
Shut up! It's a string. Don't eat it.
It will hit.
You have food in your bowl that you didn't even eat.
7 hit points.
Again?
Yeah, so is that down to 0?
Yeah.
Okay, so your guy's down. He's not dead. Next turn, you start death saves. Okay?
The first attack.
Yeah, so this is what happens on death saves.
Okay.
I'll explain. So
Okay.
every turn you roll a d20. There's no bonuses. If you roll above a 10, it's a success. Below a 10 is a failure. If you roll a critical success, it's plus 2. It's 2 successes. If it was your third, it counts as your third. You get 1 hit point back and you're back up.
What's a critical success roll?
Just a 20.
20.
If you roll a 1, it's the opposite. It's 2 negatives. If you get 3 failures, you're dead. 3
Remember,
successes,
you have
live.
luck if
You
you're
have
actually
lucky
good
too.
Yeah.
So
Use the luck point.
You can. I will let you do that. I don't think you can actually use it on death saves, but I'm going
Can
to
you?
allow it because I think it's better anyway that way. Now, big one, biting at you.
Okay. Oh, jeez. I don't want my character to
Ooh.
die. So could we maybe not?
17 hit.
Okay, and what do I?
It does hit. You don't do anything.
Okay.
Hang on, let me roll my damage.
you don't have a shield or
I don't know. I don't know what I have.
9 points of damage. So this thing takes a big bite of your leg.
She's okay though.
Yeah, no, it takes 9 points out of your
Okay.
leg.
Okay.
So 9 out of that.
All right. It is now
Eddie's
Eddie's turn. Roll a
just
d20.
say-
Okay, I'm gonna use a luck point to roll again.
Okay, just roll above a 10.
15.
Yep, so one success. So fill in the circles right here, one success. This happens once a day. If you get dropped twice in a day, automatic death. Second time you're dead.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Supposed to be.
I've never played that way.
We might not play that way still. Okay.
I was thinking too
For now, though.
animation.
Well, you don't tell Andre. Like, why would you tell Andre?
Unless
And
Andre's watching your
Astriana,
live
right.
stream.
He might be. I don't know.
Okay.
John Schwartz is watching. I don't know who that is. Sweet.
Yeah, I don't know who that is either.
Welcome to the game.
So
I actually forgot
Somehow.
that was streaming too. So
I am seeing the devastating
I'll double
issue
check
that
the
the
death
cleric
rules.
is having over there. I will go ahead and run right here.
Okay.
And as I'm running, I'm swinging the other end of my chain and I'm going to smash it on the head. And then I will come around and do some sort of cool spinning kick because I don't know how to do an unarmed attack right after a melee one when I have two of my hands occupied. So we'll just kick it again too. So, okay. That's going to miss. I'm pretty sure their AC is higher than 7. And that one's going to miss too. So, sorry, sucks to be you.
Do me a favor, look up
Nothing
the.
candy.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
No, right now.
Okay.
For real.
Do me a favor, take care of that, and then when you get back, can you look up the death save thing just to clarify? Okay. Adri Ariasis.
well, I guess I can try and use my mace.
There you go. So
Okay, what do I roll?
roll a d20.
Okay.
You will
3 I
miss no matter
missed,
what your
so-
bonuses are.
Well, I'm done.
It is now Leaf's turn. Leaf, can you save the day?
Always.
We're just all gonna miss.
You gonna move? You have to move.
All
Meanwhile,
right.
you're like,
Oh, lay his character down too, so I know.
If I heal him, does he have to keep doing death saves?
What's that?
If I heal him, does he have to keep doing?
Nope, he'll automatically be back up.
Oh, so
You have to make 3
Oh.
successes. Yeah, it's the quickest of either 3 successes or 3 failures. And then if you roll a crit, you get 2
It's
to
complicated.
give the direction. No, it's pretty simple. Yeah, you got once you fill all those boxes, the successes, then you back up.
Does it have to be consecutive?
No. You could roll a failure, then a success, then a failure, then a success. Still get back up. That's a long time though. I'd be surprised if it took that long.
All right. Well, I'll use my action to lay on hands. This guy, and then he gets back 5 hit points.
Perfect. So you're back up. You can erase the
And you can
successes
adjust your-
and then put in the current hit points box. Put that you have 5.
And then I guess can I like move myself?
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, you do.
In between you, no, but you can definitely stand right next to the wolf. Giving him
Caleb's
another
shirt
option.
is like soaked, and he's like, "I didn't get wet, mommy. I didn't get wet. I didn't do anything. There's no water on my shirt, mommy. It's like soaked all the way through."
So Leaf has helped Hyan get back up. It is now the wolf's turn again. The small one's going to now bite you, seeing that you came back into the fray. You're technically still laying down, but I figure on your turn you might get up. Okay, does 17 hit you, Brian?
no.
Okay. Big one is going to go at the thing that just hit it, so it's coming after the monk. It will. Oh, it will. It will hit 20. Roll a 15 on the die. So let's roll some damage.
It didn't hit. Okay.
9.
Points of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
down. All right. Put the monk down. One with the chain. And it would now be Hyan's turn. So are you going to get up and try to attack it? Yeah. Small one. Okay.
What about the
try to attack the
dude?
big one with a longbow?
Yes.
Is the guy doing anything?
Oh, that's a good question.
He's suffering over there.
Let's have
Good
the
man.
guide. Oh, I even forgot that the one was on him. I should roll that first.
I've been trying to save him.
I feel like he had a higher
That would
initiative.
hit. Okay.
Yeah, we kind of forgot about him.
All right. Now he's got to kill that small wolf. He's been occupying the small wolf. They've just been going back and forth. They haven't hurt each other since.
Just a little wrestling.
He will hit with the first attack.
Keep finding it.
Okay, there's that. He will hit with the second attack. He kills this small wolf. So hand me that small wolf right there. So yeah, he just killed a small wolf. You're good. So yes, you can shoot the big wolf with your longbow. You could shoot the small one too, but you're at disadvantage.
So yeah, better to.
It's just better to do that.
15.
Do you add
15?
something to that?
To hit?
Oh,
Yes, it hits.
Probably hits
So now
regardless.
roll your 1d8 damage.
4.
Plus what?
Plus dex.
Yeah,
So
5,
it'd be
so it's a 9.
there.
Oh, wait.
So it's 4 plus the
7.
number after that. Yep. All right. So that one has finally been hit.
Was it just slightly?
Oh,
bleeding?
was that its first?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was his first time being hit. Nah, really. You hit him with an arrow. He's got something. All right, death save to
Now he's really
Anastriana.
angry.
Nope.
One failure. Okay. Adri Ariasis.
Okay, I. Hold on a second. Let me figure out which one's better for me to do.
How many slots do you have left? Let me see.
I did my 2.
Cantrip.
Or you can cast those again too.
Yeah, you
wanna-
cast
No,
those.
see, these
Those were
ones,
my-
No, that's her 2 spell slots. They're done for the day for those 2.
She can still cast
But
the
I
same
can
spell
do,
multiple times.
I know, but she doesn't have any spell slots left.
Oh, she's
what
done
about-
with spell slots.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, she already used
She's
it.
down to
The
cantrips
cantrips
only.
you can do for free, and you have these 2 as well.
But
that
I
you can
have
cast.
Spare the Dying as a cantrip.
Yes.
Yes.
You touch a living creature that has. Oh, you 0. You don't have 0.
Right.
So,
She's at 0.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
she's
at
at 0.
0.
You
You
just
are?
have to be
Okay.
able to get over to her without getting hit. Now, if you leave the range of the creature, it can try to bite you.
She wouldn't.
What's
She would
the-
actually just move around.
To pivot? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yep. So you could
and
do
you
that.
become stable.
Right. For
So-
1d4 hours.
Okay, so what do I do?
So move your character next to. Yep, right there.
Okay.
All right, so you're stabilized.
Here's lucky and death saving throws. Yes, you can use it. There's nothing in the death saving throws that says that you cannot use it. And under lucky, it specifically says attack roll, ability check, or a saving throw.
Okay, now
and since it's a death
does it say?
saving throw,
Sure. So, okay. So, anyways, do
it does
that
not.
wasn't what I was curious about. I was curious about if you get dropped twice in a day, are you automatically dead?
Oh, it did not say that.
Okay. I feel like I thought I read that somewhere, so that's why I'm asking.
Look here.
Okay.
You have DMG over there.
It would. I doubt it's in there, but yeah. Look it up online. That'd probably be a better place. If you can do that, you'll get a quicker answer. Okay, so that was your turn. Leaf.
Chop. I'm gonna chop the little one.
I'll let you do it. You can kill it.
I'd like to hope so. Can't really do anything else right now.
This one hasn't been hit yet either.
Everyone else can look at the big one.
Hey, you hit.
Oh my god.
Right.
So
Everyone keeps missing the big one.
I didn't. Well,
That's
Yeah.
the wrong dice.
What is your weapon? A greatsword?
A longsword.
Longsword. Okay.
And I did 4 damage.
4? That's it?
Yeah.
You're not on your A game here.
I rolled a 2.
So you hit it. It hurts it. Definitely.
All right. Yeah, we were sleeping. We're all kind of
Groggy.
not.
He's not as fancy.
I was
We're
gonna
not
say
at our best.
I was nice. Next time I should probably mention you're not sleeping in your armor. Your heavy armor probably.
Dude, I sleep in my armor.
He's
I'm like Iron
meditating.
We're
Man.
meditating. We
I know,
don't sleep.
but by the
He's not
rules,
sleeping.
technically, you still couldn't do that. I mean, you could, but you don't get all your stuff back.
Is that a thing?
No, yeah, it's in Xanathars now. In previous editions, it's always been in there too. That you can't sleep in anything
Armor?
other than light armor. Light armor's fine. Leather, you can do that all day. It's the other stuff, but
Who's
no
your
biggie.
big chain?
I usually
Yeah.
hand wave it anyway. Okay, so it's 2 turns. So the one's biting at Leaf over there. 19, 18.
On
Yes,
who?
that hits. On you?
The little one bit me.
Yep, the little one bit you.
Okay.
Have you been hit yet?
Nope.
Lucky you.
6, 8.
8 damage.
Yeah, he bites you pretty hard.
Damn. Dog.
Big boy coming at the cleric of light. And he will miss.
That's good, because otherwise I'd be out.
It is Hyan's turn. You gonna shoot one?
Yeah, probably the small one.
Shoot the small one.
Okay.
Okay.
Get rid of it so we can focus.
Focus fire.
Oh, you missed anyway.
Luck roll.
Okay.
Still missed.
I got an 8.
An 8 on the die.
Yeah.
Plus,
What do I that do?
so it'll be plus 5.
Oh, yeah.
So guess what?
13.
You hit the small one.
Oh, okay.
So that's 13. 13 AC. That means it hits. So 1d8 plus 3.
8.
All right. So you kill that one. So he is dead.
You can focus.
Okay, now you all gotta come save us.
And Astria, you roll a d4 to see how long you're asleep. That's hours, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
You're unconscious. Right?
4.
4 hours unconscious. All right. So now you will be here for 8 hours.
No, because it was only
I know, but you'll have to start
3
over a
hours
long
in.
rest because of your hit points that are hurt. So 5 hours from now is still 7. Adri Erastiostasis. How are we saying this?
Adri. Just say Adri.
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 Adrian.
Adrian.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna go at it with my mace again.
Okay.
So start with the 20. I rolled a 6. And what am I adding to it?
It'd be plus 5. What were you doing? What spell?
Not a spell. Mace.
Oh, it's that.
Plus 5, so 11.
Will hit.
You're welcome.
Now there are monsters that are an 8 to hit. Just so you know. So it sometimes
You're
might feel
welcome, Caleb.
like you're not hitting, but you might.
Okay.
So don't assume. All right. So you didn't do anything. All right, Leaf.
My turn again.
Yeah.
What about Von Broden over there? Jerry.
He's hurting. He's nursing his wounds.
He,
He's field dressing himself.
when does he like take a turn?
His goal isn't to fight with you.
Not me, but this wolf thing.
Seriously.
All right, I'm gonna.
Run at it.
Yeah.
Be
come
brave
on.
over here.
I'm gonna come take a
He's like, you guys seem to have this under control. You only have one left.
swing and the sword. 18.
Hits.
Come on, show your bravado over here.
Yeah, make it happen.
I'm going to swing the sword. And I did 6 plus 2. I did 8 damage that time.
All right, so it's bleeding profusely, since people like big words.
We do.
It doesn't exist. I can't find anything.
Okay,
that says
then that's
that.
fine. We will not worry about
Clean it
it.
up.
All right,
They could cut off an ear. or
It is-
something.
the guide's turn.
Finally.
The guide. Oh, never mind. The guide will not do it then.
Dang.
He does not like.
He was
grass.
totally gonna come over to her and slap a good berry down her mouth.
He didn't hear her say
Put it-
finally because she's sleeping.
He's like, she's awake. Put him over by her. So he manages to shove 4 good berries down your mouth. So you get 4 hit points back. All right.
Looks like you're awake now.
No, because it was at the end. She was already past the saves. Now she's at the 4 hours unconscious mark still.
Well, you turned it around.
Even with the hit points. Hyan.
Shoota.
I'm gonna go 6.
6?
Yeah.
No good. You miss. All right. Wait, so you rolled a 1 on the die? Oh, okay.
What's that mean?
That means you
You
could
critically
break your
failed.
weapon. You could hit somebody
Nope,
else.
we're going to see if he hits. You're 1 and 2. You're 3, 4, 5, and 6 hits nobody. Roll a d6.
Oh, jeez. You're going to kill us.
Yeah, he hit me.
Roll your D8 damage plus
You're
your
not
3.
making any friends,
Damn.
man.
Plus
the
3, he's done.
Yeah.
Are you?
I knocked
11.
out.
You dropped you. You know I do the same thing to the bad guys. Okay, and Astriana, you can get up. Because
Okay.
of good berries. I'm just
Okay.
fucking with you.
If I can get up, then I am going to whip my chain around and then try and kick him in the face. That's a miss.
So the chain misses.
And 12.
That misses.
Okay, can I use my...
They have 13 AC.
Alright,
What do you
the
want
ones
to do?
that I did earlier, that same spells, can I do those again?
As long as you have spell slots.
You're out.
I think you're out of spell slots.
So,
So can I do cantrips then?
Yep.
Yes, you could do cantrips.
Okay.
I don't know if you have a damage dealing cantrip unless you have like Sacred Flame or something.
No.
dude, touch the dying.
No.
Or what is it? What is it?
I
What's
have.
that
I
cleric
do have
one?
a spare the dying if you
Where's
can
the
make it.
Touch the one.
He'll be okay for a couple rounds.
But yeah, I think you can wait.
He's
until
got
we
at
deal with
least
this.
2 rounds before he's dead, unless it bites him next turn.
So yeah. Okay, so I guess I'm back at it with my means. Oops! Wow, where'd that go?
Around the world. You want to use it how it stands?
No.
It was a 14 on the die.
Oh, okay.
Plus 5.
Reroll.
I don't trust
What,
you.
really?
She
Sit
can
down.
use it. It's her choice.
Wait, no, because that is a 4.
It was
It
okay,
was
there was a
her
14.
choice. Hey, get
Okay.
down, please.
So now what?
Plus 5.
Sorry.
It's your mace, so whatever the damage is on your
D6. Okay, yep.
plus
Plus 3.
4.
Okay,
So I
so
hardly
he's
did.
hurting, but he's still going.
Still kicking.
And it's Leaf's turn. Give me a death save. 18.
Fine.
One success. All right.
Got this.
The wolf is going to bite at. Let's see. You just hit it, so it'll hit you. It's going for the claw. Oh.
Don't roll that ball
18
around.
on the die.
Okay, I'm done. I only have 3 more left.
So how many hit points do you have full? Like when you're max?
12.
Mine, no, where?
12.
12. Okay. My max is 12.
12.
But
And how many did you have left?
3.
3. Okay. So I have, if I made you go negative 12 with the math, then,
Then
you're
you're dead,
automatically
dead. There's nothing you can do.
Did you do
You're
15?
dead.
How many do you have? You had 3?
15.
So how many do I have to do?
15.
15?
15 to kill.
It
Fucking
doesn't
dick.
do it. I rolled a 5 and a 6,
Okay.
and it's a plus 3, so it didn't do it.
Okay, so
By 1.
It was close. I needed double 6s.
Okay.
so I'm minus 8.
No, you're at 0. So now it's
Okay.
death saves.
I will use my reaction to take an attack of opportunity against that because she was within 5 feet of me.
Okay.
And I took Sentinel for a feat.
Mm.
So I will hit it with my chain.
Okay.
And that definitely hits. And
Okay.
that's 9 damage.
You kill it.
Yes.
Drop it. That was a good battle.
And then
That's good, though. That's good.
Well, it's a shame because my next.
It was challenging, but
spare
not
the
too
dying
challenging.
over there, but- Yeah, we're just all dying.
So
Healer's kit. I have.
you have a healer's
I
kit?
know. I have an herbalism kit. and
So
it's
here's what you could
work.
do.
I can
Since
use
he's down, he can't
medicine
heal.
Skill.
Do medicine skill.
What does it say?
If you succeed, then she's stable.
Oh, well, I'm gonna do it on her, and then I'll do it on him.
Okay. It has to be
Maybe
above a 10.
This shouldn't be bad. I don't want to say it'll be fine because I've never felt jinx it.
Yeah.
Nope, that didn't work.
Roll a death save.
8.
1 success.
Okay, I'm gonna do it on him.
Okay.
That one, he's good.
Okay. So you're stable. Roll a d4.
1 hour.
1 hour. Okay, good.
Professional.
All right. Eddie, do you want to try to heal her?
I do.
with your medicine? Do a medicine skill?
We could ask the guide too. Does he know?
Who's
Does
next?
he
Who's
know
next?
anything?
9.
9? All right, so that won't work. Give me a death save real quick.
17.
So 2 successes.
You won't listen.
Will you go handle that real quick? Okay, so the
Clearly, we
guide.
need to take the candy down. Here.
You won't miss anything. I won't progress anything. So the guide will come over to you, and he will shove 4 good berries in your mouth, and you have 4 hit points.
And I'm unconscious for 4
Does that mean I
hours?
don't have to do any
You're
more death
unconscious for
saves?
1 hour. You roll a 1.
Now I have to roll something else.
So 5 hours later, though, you'll have full hit points because of your meditation. 1 wolf obviously ran away. You killed all the rest.
Do I roll something to see how long I'm unconscious?
No, he gave you good berries, so now you're awake.
Okay.
So good berries are healing. They give 1 hit point for each one.
Okay.
That's what it is. It's also you can use them in place of if you can't have food for the day. 1 good berry gives you a day's worth of nourishment. It's druids get it, rangers I think can get it. Nature type clerics can get it. Alright. Hey, if I use the winter wolf, they have 75 hit points. So that was
You can
good.
wait on that.
Yeah, so that was a good one. All right. So you guys, the rest of your trance will be fine. So you can go back up to full hit points.
Okay.
Get my stuff back.
That's good. I love it when combat actually puts people down. It's the best.
It's a very fine line you walk there, Lee.
It was. It really was. You were 1 point from instant
You
death.
said it was. Oh, because it was +3. So yeah, if you rolled 2 6s, she would have died now.
Yeah, and I rolled a 5 and a 6. That was good. In fact, I still have the 5 and 6 up.
That would have been sad.
Yeah, but we would have made you a new character. It would have been great.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah, but I really stacked this character to help everyone really well. So
You know, her sister is not a bad option. You know,
her
you
sister's
could
not gonna naturally get the good stats.
her sister will have the exact same stats, just a different name.
Okay.
The only time I ever allow something like that is if it's the first couple sessions. If you die, but yeah,
Okay.
I still discourage it. But can I get one? That was a good combat. I like that. You know, I get excited when people drop. I can't help it.
So we get your jollies, Lee.
I do. My Jollies Ranchers. Okay. You're at full hit points. Rest of your guys' trance went fine. It's a little dark in the morning. He tells you he wants to wait a couple hours, but he says if we stay quiet, whatever, you're fine. After a little bit of time, assuming you guys don't want to do anything.
We're gonna check on the tree growth.
What's that?
Mhm.
We're gonna check on the growth of the trees.
Oh,
More
yes.
what?
You go over to the tree. You look for your little hash mark. It appears that it's almost fully healed. It is a couple inches higher than it was before.
Okay.
Your area hasn't shrunk, though. It just looks like it maybe have grown up a little bit.
Okay. All right.
At least it's not noticeable. Okay. All right. So you guys are marching along. Things are going well. Day seems pretty uneventful, which you're surprised because he told you the closer you got, the more dangerous it would get. You would think more would happen. You know you're going in the right direction based on where the sun is placed in the sky and being able to see it through the canopy of trees. All better,
Be
right?
careful.
Magical medicine. Someone's a freaking wizard over here. And anyways, they can tell you're going the right direction.
I have an apple and a gun.
However, when you come up upon a stream that's about 30 feet across, the guide said this should not be here. The water is very dark. Looks not clean. He advises do not drink from it. He reaches his stick in and it feels like it goes extremely deep at the edge. There are a lot of trees still. There's
And
rocks.
It's 30 feet wide.
Yeah, 30 feet across.
Are there any, since the trees are so tall,
Mhm.
are there any branches that sort of converge above the?
Very high. You're talking about maybe 50, 60 feet up.
Yeah, but are they thick branches or are they flimsy?
They're the smaller branches towards the top of the tree.
Well, we could.
Cool.
I mean, it's
We
thick at the
could-
tree, but
okay.
the further you go out, it's thin. So,
So
Could we-
here's my
are there
thought.
any-
Could we?
Bridges or anything?
not that you know.
Can we just cut a tree down?
You could
It's
try.
50 or 60 feet tall.
Well, how wide are the trees?
They're pretty thick.
I
Yeah.
mean, they're big.
Yeah, they're up at least 60 feet. So
I mean,
They're
you're
good
for
size.
like 10 hours trying to do that.
And a lot of energy.
How fast is the water running?
moderate.
So my thought is, why don't we tie a rope
It's
to
not
one
like
tree?
Great water rafting, but it's probably not
Somebody
easy.
climbs up and over
Mm-hmm.
and ties it to the other tree. Somebody, probably being me,
Yeah.
climbs up and over, ties it to the other tree.
Do some acrobatics up there.
Yeah.
Okay, give me an athletics check to climb. We'll do two athletic checks to get to the top. To where
I can't
you
use
go.
acrobatics to climb.
Acrobatics is balance. Athletics is climbing, swimming, jumping.
Maybe this is a bad idea. So it would be acrobatics to climb or athletics to climb, acrobatics to jump over.
Nope. It's still athletics for jumping.
It's gonna be athletics the whole way.
Acrobatics you would have to do to walk the branch,
Well, yeah.
and then athletics to make the jump.
It's not very athletic.
Basically, this is what you have: 2 athletics check, an acrobatics check, and then an athletics.
Yeah, I'm just worried about the athletics portion of it.
Let's see if you even make it up there. The second one's where it's going to hurt. First one, if you fail, whatever. You might die falling the second time. I'm just saying.
No, so I'm worried about. You know, any cool cantrips over there.
Now, at least if you fail on the jump, you might just fall in the water, maybe.
I can
Or I
mend
don't know.
things. I can spare the dying,
My
and
luck
I
points
can
reset since the
do
tracks after the fight.
Yeah, your hit points are
manifest a
full.
minor
With the luck
wonder.
points.
within
Oh,
my
yes. Yep,
voice
full.
booming.
Again, and
Oh,
she has,
hold on.
and Rachel has all of her spell slots back
Does
today.
anybody have any? What are they? Pythons?
I do.
Can I use a couple?
Or
I'm
maybe
gonna
he
use
should.
those
So
to
you
help
have advantage on
stabilize.
both athletics checks.
There we go. Okay, that's a little bit better. 7.
So you can't get the pythons to go into the tree. You keep slipping. It looks very clumsy, surprisingly, for someone who acts as graceful as you try to.
Well, unfortunately, athletics is all about strength. I'm
Yeah,
not strong.
yeah. So you said something about cutting trees down.
Yeah.
Who has axes?
I got a hand axe.
That would be good.
Okay.
Anyone else? No, just one hand axe. Okay.
I didn't really come prepared with my logging saw. Two-handed logging saw.
So here's what I'll let you do. It's going to take some time, but you can chop it down with your hand axe. Okay, so we'll
What does
say
the guide say?
Yeah.
he doesn't have a hand axe. He has 2 swords and a stick.
No, but like, what is his plan to get across? Does he have nothing? He has nothing to offer.
He says that cutting the tree down sounds like the best idea he heard.
You know.
It's just kind of one for the
What
day.
if I used?
How big? How wide is the water?
About 30.
How long's my braid of hair woven from the tail of a unicorn?
Not that long. Like 5 feet? No, I don't know. Like 3 feet.
What's
Probably.
your plan?
I've got rope.
Oh, well,
I got a 50-foot rope as well.
I can delineate a really great plan here that we send
Pray to
someone.
unicorns.
Well, we can send someone over there, but who's gonna go over there? I already tried.
I'll try.
I have like
The guide thinks that cutting the tree down is the safest bet.
I'm great at plans here. Sorry.
But it'll probably cost you like 3-4 hours to get it right.
If the tree healed the night before, what if this tree heals as well?
Oh yeah.
It didn't heal fully, but yes.
Okay.
What can we go around? Like,
I hear
Find
we're
another
gonna
path.
make
Try.
somebody
'Cause I think-
angry cutting the tree down.
I think maybe we should just try and find another
Your
way.
elves, you don't feel that bad about cutting
I
trees
think-
down. Your huts,
The
the wood
elves.
elves are made of your huts, and for all the wood elves are made out of wood.
Yeah.
Your staff,
I think that we
Thing.
should find another way.
okay. Which way do you want to go? Right or left?
Am I the only one that... Right.
So the guide says, so you want to go that way? Okay.
Well, the guide should know best.
The guide says he's never seen a river run through this part of the woods.
But it has to come from and go to somewhere. So actually, let's look at where the water is leading to and
It's
coming
going from left to right. Yes, left to right.
I mean, I guess if I switch my light hammer to a hand axe,
So
I could
clear-
have done that, but
Go downstream.
I took
go
the
down
hammer
the
instead of the
west.
axe.
I appreciate your honesty.
Mm.
Okay, another?
So it's quite axiomatic that there will be more water on the left if it's coming from the left.
Well,
slow
whichever
down.
way it's running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Going
if
from
it's
left
going
to
to
right.
the right, we should go to the right.
It's true. Until
Okay.
we can find it so that it's a little bit
A little less. Yeah.
thinner.
I don't
Might
know
be
if we'll
easier.
find anything within 4 hours though. I don't know. Can I beat the tree with my hammer?
Roll as a hit.
Huh?
Roll an attack.
I'm a bit tired.
You know.
15.
Make a really good dent.
It's kind of like sawing it.
I can cause harmless tremors in the ground for a minute. But harmless tremors aren't going to bring a tree down.
What good are they at all?
Might spook something.
So what are you guys doing?
I'm voting we go to the right.
Come to the right.
Can anybody jump this far?
I don't know the jumping rules.
I just looked it up. It's not me.
What are the
Okay,
jumping
okay.
rules?
It'd be athletics.
it's your strength. It's based off of your strength. Is how far you can jump.
I have plus.
It's your strength plus 10 would be the max.
So is it
You
the
could
little
jump.
thing? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
So nobody has
25
25
or
Yeah.
20.
No, it would be
strength.
20.
20 strength plus 10?
Yeah, it would be 30, so it's 30 feet.
Was it your modifier or is it your total strength?
Can anyone swim?
I think we can all swim, but we're just afraid of going in the water.
Strong current.
It's moderate.
Are there animals in the water? I mean,
It does not look like this was here. When you look in, there aren't fish. It's dirty.
It's water.
You know, I can detect poison and disease. Not that that matters. But...
I would save this
okay,
spell
let's
Do we
walk
care about doing that,
downstream
though? Yeah.
a little bit and see
Okay,
if
let's
it
go to
gets
the
any
right.
smaller. We'll walk for like an hour, let's say. See if it's any thinner. And
Or if there's
it's
any
not,
trees that have fallen.
yeah, if it's not, then we'll reassess the situation.
He says no.
You walk for like an hour. It seems exactly the same.
Start chopping.
What about the trees at this hour down the river part?
About the same.
Okay, start chopping. I
Okay.
guess is it me?
Who's doing the chop?
I've got the axe, but does strength or anything matter?
It'd be strength.
It's strength.
Okay, who's got the strongest?
Not it.
You
Me?
I
Really?
think so at 16, yeah.
Okay,
What's your modifier?
Plus
plus
3.
3.
Plus 3?
So what do I need to roll?
Just roll a d20. Plus 3.
15, 16, 17, 18.
Okay. You're able to do it surprisingly fast.
Okay.
You're able to do it in about 2 hours. The tree starts to come down. Do me a favor, do a survival check for me.
Would that be another d20?
Yeah, it's one of the skills. It's the bottom one.
Plus 5.
2 plus 5, so 7.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm not trying that.
Everyone except
no.
for you, give me a dex save.
No, that's too small.
I'm
Dex
gonna
save,
get crushed
Paula.
by a
It's too
tree here.
small.
No,
So you
you're
guys-
good. You're good.
Oh, I'm good. Okay.
Yeah, where you're cutting it from, it's falling somewhere else.
27.
You're good. You
That's a
move.
nat 20.
You see the tree coming down, and you move way out of the way, well in time.
What'd you get?
11.
You
No.
are able to get out of the
No,
way
no,
because of the
leave it there
slowness
for
of
her.
it falling over.
No, you can't have this. You can
What'd you
choke
get,
on
Brian?
It. It's too small.
I haven't rolled yet because I was looking at
Too
my
small.
shield master feat. I
No,
got a
I'm gonna keep
17.
it.
You all
You
move
can
out of the
get
way.
an
The
apple
tree
or a
falls.
Our guide.
Oh, you want him to die? He got out of the way.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
it
just wanna
falls
make
over. It falls over, but it fell the opposite way because of your low under 10 score.
That's not.
So the guide says maybe if we cut off another 20 feet of this, we could pick it up and move it into place. But with that, he says
No,
it's pretty damn
you
heavy.
can't have it.
So you cut the thickest part off. That's what he's telling me. Okay,
No,
it takes
you
another
can't
2
have it.
hours. But you're able to cut through it. And then everybody give me a strength check. Just straight strength modifier plus your d20.
15.
19.
Another
No,
Oh wait,
17.
no, sorry. So 18
Oh no,
plus
because it's I'm proficient.
21.
No.
I don't put it.
You're
I
good.
don't write it on the sheet.
Even
like
without your
everybody
roll,
else
you guys
does.
are able to move it
I
into
don't take
place.
my proficiency bonus
and line it up.
when writing these down,
on the
so
water
I don't
the
really
way
want to
you
have to
do it.
rewrite them every time.
So you got about
proficiency
5
changes.
extra feet on
That
each
makes
side.
sense.
Lee says it's the wrong way to do it, but that's how I do it.
I write the total number on the line.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's the right way because
No.
that's even how they do it on the sample sheets on the starter kit. All right, who's going first?
I have no idea what's going on. I can't hear
The
anything.
tree is chopped down. You guys just did a strength check to move the
I
tree
think
into
dog's
place.
like Malvin is on.
Yeah, he doesn't even care. But yeah, I don't know how to break her out of that.
Whereas Lily's
Lily cries.
I'll go first.
Okay, acrobatics check.
19.
You make it. Next.
One is for
Acrobatics
you,
check.
one's for Lily. Go upstairs, no more.
11.
Okay, so you
Upstairs.
start walking on the tree.
One's for Lily.
You trip over a branch because you guys didn't shave them off, but you keep your balance and you're able to get across. There.
Go next. What are we doing?
Acrobatics to walk across.
11.
Same exact thing happens to you. You were looking at the branch that he tripped over and tripped over the other branch and almost fell in the water, but maintained your composure. Now our most acrobatic person.
16.
You walk across like nothing. You're surprised that the two light ones made it no problem. And the guide just skips across.
Yeah.
La da da.
Yeah, he's fine. He's no problem.
One's for you and one's
He's like
for
you
him.
novices.
Okay, so you're on the other side. Start walking again. You've lost about 6 hours. He says you'll probably have to march into the night with all the tree cutting and everything. But he says it's a better idea to just keep going. Just trust me. So, he suggests no light source.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. As you guys are walking, you do hear some noise. Very close. The guide stops and says, "Stop." Hammer time. Hammer time.
He brought me the trash.
Oh, thank you. All right, everyone roll initiative.
It was like the most mom thing that could ever happen to me.
I only got a 1.
1.
13.
I got a 6. But for the record, I critically failed.
What'd you get?
18.
I was gonna say I rolled a 1 too.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
What'd you get?
12.
Are you guys
He's
up
ahead
close?
of us. He's ahead of me.
Oh. What'd you have?
18.
16, 18. Yeah, okay. So we're good.
When did we get rearranged?
I
We just
arranged
did
it.
because we rolled initiative.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What's the order
So
we got?
you're actually ahead of me. Okay.
For some reason I thought we were
You can't see what the heck is going on. There's trees around you. Let's erase this. That's where trees are. They're small trees, though.
I'm shocked. Didn't know there were small trees out here.
Okay. So you're in like a cluster of trees. You had heard something, but you don't see anything. It almost sounded like something brushed against a tree or something like that. What would you like to do, Eddie?
Investigate.
Investigate? What are you investigating? What are you trying to see?
If there's anything here.
Like in the trees or farther out?
In the trees.
In the trees? Okay. Do a investigation check.
I can't remember. Was the dot on the top of the bottom of the number?
Under it.
So I got 7.
You're like you kind of look up close into the tree and you're like, I don't see anything. You're thinking maybe it was just a false alarm. You get kind of close to the tree. So you come up to this one over here. You're looking over it real close. All of a sudden, the tree attacks you.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Well, there's no point in looking through the trees. The trees are back.
It will miss. However, there's another tree right here. And another one there. Another one there.
Are they all going to be trees?
Not all of them. Another one there. So there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4.
5.
5.
5. Oh, yep. You're right. You're right. Okay. So this catches you off guard. You've never heard of a living tree before. The other one's going to attack you as well.
Me?
Nope. Him.
No.
It'll hit. Yeah, 21. For 5 points of damage. That was max damage, by the way. All right, the paladin is now going to get attacked. It will hit for 4 points of damage on you.
What? How did he
Where's
hit me?
our
There's one right next to you.
what's our hit point at?
How'd he
now?
hit me?
You're
You're
max.
full.
Slashed at you with tree branch arm.
What do you roll?
21. This one moves up and attacks the guide. This one moves up and attacks the monk. The guide first will be hit for 3. Now we're going to attack the monk. That will miss. All right. It is now Leaf's turn. What you doing, Leaf Erickson?
Leaf Erickson is going to hack and slash at this tree right in front of me, I guess.
Okay. You said you have chainmail, or do you have a chain shirt
Chainmail.
and a shield?
Yeah.
Okay. I was making sure the AC was right.
18.
To hit? Does it? It doesn't. They have 13 AC.
And I did 7 damage.
You kill it. Give it
Get
back.
wrecked, fool. Chop,
So what was
chop,
their stuff at? What's their
chop,
13
chop.
AC.
So I even include the little guy? He's a
Yeah,
13.
yeah, they're all the same. I just don't have enough of that
Okay.
miniatures.
I will go ahead and use that weighted end of my chain. Try and smack it in the face. I don't know how you really hit a tree, but I'm just gonna, I don't know. I'm gonna hit it and then I will turn and try and kick it.
Okay.
Um, 16. So that's
So you bludgeon it with your chain and smash it in half.
8.
Yeah, it's dead.
So
This
why are you
one?
rolling?
But I wanted to.
You
Yeah.
still can
still-
kick it
I
if you
need
want.
to. Yeah, I'm
you,
gonna.
you really want to kick the dead body?
I'll kick
kick
it.
Kick the dead man while
Kick
he's
it on
down?
it.
It's a little counts.
Kick it on the no. Okay.
She's beating
I
it
won't.
down.
Can if you want.
From there, actually, I will move
You'll pivot.
around
Pivot.
And then do your bonus.
in here. Yeah, here, and then I'll use my bonus action to hit that guy.
Monks are ridiculous.
18, 7.
And you kick that one in half too.
So, well, I only used 2. Okay.
She can totally kill all of them right here too if she spends all her key points.
I don't have any key points. The second level.
Oh,
That's
if
the
you
rest
had it, you could do another attack,
That's the rest
and then
of.
you could do another attack. You could have wiped them all out.
That's the rest of my movement. My plan is that I'm going to kill those other 2 next round.
Okay.
Okay.
Great plan.
So since I'm right next to
It
this
is now
one,
Hadri's turn.
I guess I'm gonna hand axe this thing.
Okay.
So start with
We're not
20.
going now.
You will hit.
Okay.
Not
Roll a
yet.
d6 plus your
Do you
strength.
want to take a nap?
Uh-uh.
Okay, then don't ask
1
about it.
plus 3, so 4.
You kill it.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay.
They only have 4 hit points. So.
Why are these weeds attacking us?
Good
I'm
question.
hungry about the tree.
It is now
We clearly need to investigate
Hyan's
this
turn.
after we're done here.
Chop, chop.
16.
Chop, chop.
Yep.
Stop, stop, stop.
Which
Chop,
is your
chop.
sword. The other way.
5.
Dead. All right, so you guys mowed through these things, no problem. The guide says, I've never seen such hideous things. I've never seen nature come alive like that
It's so
wasn't
peculiar.
intended to. Trees. Yes.
What do you think would have possessed them to do that? I mean, it's not like we've been burning and hacking and slashing. and-
Whatever dark magic is making these trees grow so fast must be creepy.
There's legends of a vampire tree called the Galthias tree, but I've only read about them.
Well, tell us
Now you
about
tell
the
It's never-
Galthias tree.
it's
You
never-
lead us into the woods, and now
No, they've never been here. They've never been in this forest.
There's more than one?
Do we know? Have any of us heard this religion? This
Give me a
The golf
yeah,
tree?
yeah. honest, I
Galthias
should-
tree. It's considered a vampire.
Give me a Galthias
The
tree.
tree?
thing.
The golf tree
It's
is a
supposedly
vampire?
from another plane. Roll.
Is it a type of tree?
roll an Arcana check?
Or is it one tree?
Oh, me?
18.
It's kind of like a
That could be,
like a queen bee.
so it's one tree.
Kind of. I mean, what'd you get?
And
18.
like sires of their
18.
trees.
All right. So what you would know, legends tell of a vampire named Galthias who worked terrible magic and raised up an abominable tower called Night Fang Spire. Galthias was undone when a hero plunged a wooden stake through his heart. But as the vampire was destroyed, his blood infused the stake with a dreadful power. In time, tendrils of new growth sprouted from the wood, growing into a sapling infused with the vampire's evil essence. It is said that a mad druid discovered the sapling, transplanting it to an underground grotto where it could grow. From this Galthias tree came the seeds from which the first blights were sown. That's legend. That's all you know. It's
So she
never
just
been
relayed
around
this
here.
to us or something.
Yeah, the
That's not
guide.
why.
The guide said it, and she recalls that that's true.
Yeah.
If you guys make an Arcana check of a 15 or higher, you would know that as well.
Okay.
So, all right.
So it's a bunch of trees?
The Galthias tree is like
There's
your
like a mama
queen
tree.
bee,
Yeah.
and it sprouts from its roots these things.
So we need
These
to
So it
little-
must be
The
close.
weed trees.
That's like its seeds.
The weed trees.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we need to kill the Galthias tree.
The golf tree.
We have a new mission, I think.
Cyclist.
Yeah, well, let's
Let's
see
find
the
that.
oracle because we're
Yeah.
almost there, and then
True, we've been out here
maybe
for a
the
while.
oracle will.
Yeah, it's nighttime now.
Bake me cookies.
I was thinking, give us clues about how to defeat the tree, but
They
sure.
could be fortune cookies.
Priorities.
Okay. All right. So, with that, you keep going. And you come up to what looks like it's not really a hill because you're going to have to go up a hill, but you look down over kind of like a valley.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see, I mean, it's dark, but you can see what you think would be where the temple is because there is a fire, like a torch sconce.
Mm-hmm.
The guide says, "That's it right there. Let's go. Let's make haste." So you guys start approaching. Everybody, give me a perception check.
Oh, I failed.
16.
3. Oh, well, 3 plus whatever. Perception. Where's
17.
11.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I got a lot.
Your
10.
low end, you see basically is like bricks, and it actually goes into the ground after it. You're 16 and 17. You know there's supposed to be a guard here, but you don't see one. It is just an opening. It is just an opening. You do see some blood on the ground. Not much, but it seems to go into the entrance. Inside.
And we don't see anything, so we're like,
Now,
it's just...
move your miniatures and stuff. Underneath that is where we're at. Underneath the this map.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
flip it over.
You
No, there's
want to
another
wait
mat
for
underneath it. Yeah, I got that. Here, hand that to me so I can erase it.
Okay, where on here do you want us?
Right here.
The entrance. Yep. So up there, we're gonna treat this as the yes.
This one
Is this
makes
the one I
more
was
sense.
using? Hang on. This isn't the one I was using. I don't think. Flip it over to the other. Or no. That is it. That is the entrance. This is an opening. Okay. Where's my markers? Sorry. This is not here. Okay. And this is not here. So this, just imagine a wall.
Here, just put that over here.
And then the same thing over here.
Nothing to see there.
Like right here, there's like a wall. See how it works out. Does blue work better? It's probably too dark. There we go. Okay. All right. Basically, there's no exits off of here. Okay.
But we don't know that yet.
Right. So with that, you guys, we're gonna do an initiative right now, just because so we know the initiative order at all times.
The whole time.
Yes.
7.
I have an 18.
Gosh.
Anybody beat an 18? You do.
21.
You have a 21. You're ahead of me, Eddie. Okay. What'd you get, Leaf?
11.
What do
11.
I add to
Would you get
2, so
Paula?
7.
And would you get Rachel?
16.
She's right here. Okay. All right. So Eddie, you get to go first. You can move up to 7 squares at a time. Now, unless you guys want to move as a group in your order, you can. Otherwise, you can just go for your own. Does that make sense? Like you can either just move
I think
together.
we should move as a group and make it.
Okay. So whoever's in the front leads the way.
Well, the guide
Knows where we're going,
Guide says I am not going in there.
Oh,
There's no
he's
reason he
lame.
led you here. He will stay outside. He's actually going to hide.
Okay, so let's go in this
You chose
way.
the wrong guide, I gotta say.
We gotta go this way then. Right?
He says I'm sorry. I'm not a fighter.
We'll go into this room first. Hi, Caleb.
He's proud of himself wearing the Wonder Woman
Oh,
thing on his eyes.
you got a crown? Are you like Wonder Woman? Are you wearing it like a mask or what's the deal?
Okay. So
It's a
when you
mask.
come into this room, you see vines that kind of. There's vines like along the wall here. There's vines over here, and here. So there's like vines all over the wall in here.
Caleb, get down, please.
Do me a favor, Paula. Give me a dex check as you walk into that doorway.
No problem. That's a 15.
8 on the die plus dex.
That's 15.
You have a plus 7 dex.
I have a plus 5 plus my proficiency bonus.
There's no proficiency when it's just a straight up dex. It was just a check. It wasn't a save.
Oh,
Just a
okay.
check. Okay.
I was unaware of that. Then 13.
Okay. So you are fine. Nothing really eventful happens. You notice that the floor seems a little unsteady through here.
Okay.
But yeah. How would you like to proceed?
I'll keep moving forward
How far are you moving forward?
till Shadow to listen. I'm gonna try and stay away from the walls. I'll move this way, then this way, and this way.
Okay.
Allowing other people to move in too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's next? That's Brian's character, Leaf. Give me a dex check as you enter.
So 8.
I think she's listening.
Okay, so you do trip. When you come in, you will trip into this square, and you will get entangled. Give me an athletics check.
Stranger Things.
Sorry.
Athletics.
18.
Okay, so you feel the vines try to come around you, like wrap around you. As they do, though, you're able to wiggle free a little bit and get back to right here. This thing is made up of nothing but vines.
Little snap doozle.
You just created a bad guy.
As that happens, you see off the walls come a couple others.
We're not even in the room yet.
They kind of transcend from the roof or the ceiling or whatever.
Yeah. That's why people stay in their little villages.
Everybody.
Got
You
enough?
missed one.
Oh, okay.
Shut the fuck up, Eddie. We're done with that. That one died. It ran away. It was terrifying.
No, it was. There's actually vines there still. It's just these blended in with it. All right. Sweet. Eddie, you're first in initiative order. What would you like to do from way back there? Did you take sharpshooter feat?
No, I didn't. Took the lucky.
Damn. Okay. So you're shooting over her. That means they have cover. Right? If you shoot over her character, then they have cover.
So they can't get hit at all.
No, they can get hit. It's just it's harder to hit them. They have a higher AC because of it.
Okay, so I should roll that in.
Yeah, if you're shooting the one.
Yeah, I might as well.
Yeah, where is it?
19.
19 minus 5, 14.
Wait.
Because of cover.
Well, he has his +2. He rolled a 19.
I know, minus 5.
Oh, okay.
Because 5 is 3/4 cover.
But plus whatever his plus to hit is, right?
Oh, you rolled 19 on the die?
Yeah, 19 was the die.
Okay. Either way, you're going to hit.
What's my plus to hit? Which number?
They have a 12 AC.
The plus to hit is the one in the middle column.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
So it would have been a 19 anyway.
Yep, so you hit.
Caleb, sit down, please.
It's a
Yeah.
7?
You
Drop
ready
it.
for bed?
Which one? Wait, it's dead.
I sit
But-
down
Whichever,
if I
yeah,
were
the first
you.
one. That'd be
Otherwise,
the
you're
only way
going
you
to
can see.
bed.
So the vines, the arrow goes into it, and then you see it just kind of slump down to a bunch of loose vines on the ground.
How much damage did it take before it was done?
7.
Okay, so not like super strong.
It's their turn.
There's a lot of them.
All right, so that first one over there is going to attack him. Nope, the first
This
one's up
one?
there. Yep, it's already there. It's not moving.
Oh, okay.
It's just going to attack his character.
Love her, I'm talking.
Oh. Here, I'm not even going to touch it.
Okay.
You want to tell him what that is?
Straight 20.
That math over there doesn't sound. Real.
What's your total hit points?
11.
You
And level 1,
I
remember?
rolled 20. So
Wow.
you're down, but you're not dead.
Close. Very close.
All right. The other 4 are going to close in on you because that's the only thing they would do.
Fabulous.
What's your
Okay.
20.
1 hit so far? Only 1 hits because 13's on the die plus 4 doesn't actually do it. So 1 hits. 9 hit points.
Okay.
It is now Rachel's turn.
Okay.
You're down? How many hit points do you got?
I have 8
Eight.
hit points. We're first level characters. Like,
She's gonna get-
it's not fun when you
I
die
know.
3
You haven't
times in
died.
2 battles.
You haven't died.
You know what I
You
mean.
haven't died.
You know exactly what I mean.
Stop getting mad.
It's not fun
You
when you
haven't
have to
died.
break rules to get us to it.
I haven't
Nice.
broken any rules. What rule did I break? What rule did I break?
Nothing. Go
Right.
ahead.
Okay, so my
what you want.
spellcasting modifier is that the first one I've got?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to use Cure Wounds on him. 'cause-
No, actually, your spellcasting modifier
Yeah.
would be your far right one. It's
Far right?
proficiency plus that.
Okay, so I don't even have to roll. But anyway, a D8 is that, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm going to use Cure Wounds on him.
Okay.
Tap to touch. A creature you touch regains a number of hit points equal to 1d8 plus spellcasting ability modifier.
Okay.
So 6 plus 7.
So full life.
Yeah, you're back to full.
Perfect.
That's that one.
All right, just in time for you to attack.
All right, I'll chop this one in the wall, I guess.
Okay.
Hopefully, I'll chop.
You only have 12. AC 12.
Man.
I rolled a 3, so
All
I
right.
shouldn't have even wasted my energy.
Paula,
on
give me a
that.
save.
I made it.
Okay. Ian.
Still no.
That
You
kinda
can move
moved-
through friendlies.
I moved a bit.
You don't have to stay back there. You can move
Oh,
through a
You're up
friendly.
here now.
Just move.
You can't stay in the same square as them, but you can pass through it. She doesn't have to move.
I don't know, 'cause I got one of these with these. I'll go.
Probably the furthest. Probably like that one.
Yeah, roll a 16.
That'll hit.
16, so, yeah.
D8 plus 3, right? You
Yep.
drop it.
Yeah. Which one did you say? Actually?
Probably that one.
All right. Their turn. This one tries to pull her character back further into here.
This
so
or her?
this one. So move it. Here, I got it. Since she's unconscious, it'll be able to do it. It'll move her back here. This one will come up to you. This one will come up to you, and that one's coming up to the cleric. We'll do cleric first. 3 on the die will not hit. We'll then do the paladin. 8 on the die will not hit. And the last one is 12 on you. What's your AC? 14, it'll hit. So yours is hit. All right. Okay. 6 hit points.
Yeah, so,
So you're still up?
yeah, I've got
Okay.
two left.
Okay. It is now Adri's turn.
Okay. Well, I guess
I
I
would
should,
attack.
I was just gonna say, I guess I should try and attack now.
There's 3 of them. There's 3 of you. If you can drop off 3, you're good.
Well, unlike her, I just get to do one thing. So
That's all you need.
okay.
They only have a 12 AC.
Okay.
You're likely to hit them on more than half your attacks.
I'm
Based
gonna
on
try
numbers.
I guess mace. It doesn't matter. They both do the same thing. Okay, 12
You hit.
plus. Okay, whatever. And that's a d6.
Yep.
Plus 3, so 4 plus
You
3,
kill it.
7.
They have 4 hit points.
Okay,
So-
and I was close to this one.
but
so
I'm
4
it's
hit
shooting.
points, and they do 20 damage.
I'm using the same. So this is what I'm doing. I'm using Twig Blight stats with my Vine Blight attacks. That's what I'm doing. They're vines. They're whipping. The only thing I screwed up is they have 10-foot reach, and I just saw that in the
Basically,
video.
we can defeat them.
So-
You can get them down.
I don't usually use things verbatim out of the book. So,
Gotcha.
all right. It is now Leaf's turn.
Chop, chop. Maybe.
Chop, chop.
17.
Yes. Basically, you just have to roll a 1.
Yeah, and a 9 damage.
Killed 1.
Chop, chop.
All right, 1 left.
I recommend you go for the one over there.
I wouldn't.
Really? Oh.
No, it's just pulling her away.
I
I'd
know.
go for the one that's an immediate threat to you guys.
It's a 23. You hit it.
But
Short sword.
that's your conscious talking to.
I'm a godly person over here.
5. It's down.
That's your deity, you think, in your head telling you, no, go for the one that's going to kill you guys. Okay.
Wrist.
Okay. That was Hyan's turn, right? Because you shot the 1. Is their turn, right? Because you just chopped the 1 down. Okay. So it's going to move 3 more feet. There you go. It is now Adri's turn.
Okay. I'm trying to think if I want to chase it or. Yeah. Is it worth doing that though? Well, how
Let's do
hard
Sacred
we can
Flame.
move
She doesn't have
35
it.
feet.
It's a cantrip.
She doesn't have it.
No, I don't have a
She didn't
damaging.
take it.
Oh.
No. But we can move that far.
Can you?
You can,
It's
you
7
can
squares.
get up to it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
do that and mace it.
Okay. So, be up there. Which how many squares can I?
That's 7
technically?
squares.
So, yeah, we can move 35 feet.
Right.
So,
Okay.
okay. Or I can. I assume we all can. Okay. Oh, I fail.
Okay. Leaf.
I'm gonna walk up there and lay on hands.
Okay. How many
Gonna-
hit points is that?
5.
5 hit points. You're conscious again.
Okay.
And it's your turn.
Then I mean, do I get like a grapple check then? I mean, it's grappling me. I don't understand.
Yeah, you can break out of it.
Okay.
It does take an action. Your regular action.
Well, I don't really have anything else I can do if I'm grappled.
You can attack at
If it's
disadvantage.
holding your leg, you could.
If you're
try
grappled,
Well, I
a
don't.
grappled creature has a speed of 0. Can't benefit from any bonus to your speed.
Basically can't move.
But you got an arm, you can.
Yeah, basically, it doesn't say it, but you can attack at disadvantage. So, or like I said, you can give up your action to break free and use your bonus action to kick it. So that's what you've been doing with your bonus action, right? You get an unarmed attack.
Yeah, I mean, am I
Right.
guaranteed to break out of it though?
No, you can use
Yeah.
acrobatics or athletics. It's your choice.
Watch Dungeon Masters.
It's not on
It's
Netflix.
not on the TV upstairs. And you
Not down
really
here.
should go get some pajamas. Find some pajamas for your brother too.
She didn't say to go to bed. Would you roll?
19.
She just said to put
19?
pajamas on.
He
Put
didn't
pajamas
expect you to
on.
wake up. He's at
Put
disadvantage.
pajamas on
You beat
and
it.
find some for Caleb. I didn't ask you if you wanted to. I told you you had to.
So you beat it.
Okay.
You
and
rolled
then
a 3.
I will go ahead and attack it. I critically failed.
Okay. There's nobody. It's a kick. I don't think you kick anybody. All right.
Maybe she hurt herself.
Hyan.
So if you get up in there,
You don't have to get up in there to hit it. Well, I guess
I'd rather not shoot.
past us.
If
He just needs to be 10 feet. Okay.
I'm gonna use a luck roll.
Okay.
Still hard.
What was
I
it?
guess it's 14. 14.
It hits. They have a 12.
And 8. It's
Ish dead. That's all of them, right?
Yeah.
All right.
And you're up.
In this room, you
So how
see
do they find pajamas
what
for
appear
you?
to be statues.
Oh, jeez.
You need
Yeah,
to
just-
get the pajamas that Lily's finding for you.
yeah, strange thing.
Yeah, go check.
Bell bottoms.
Actually. Okay. You see 5 statues in this room.
And they're made out of metal.
Wood, or not wood, but stone.
Stone.
Same material as the floor and the walls. This is a temple for your oracle, by the way.
Right, yeah, I know.
Can we examine them closer?
Sure.
You can do that.
Go up and give me a Arcana check.
14.
Okay. You know, these are just here to intimidate. You recall from your studies when you were younger that there's plenty of statues and they look like this throughout Elven culture. Now, they have been animated before by wizards intentionally to protect, but these do not appear to be that way.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and walk straight through.
Okay. Over here, you see another one of the statues that looks to be crumbled all over the ground. It has a bunch of vines and growth all over it that's been here for a while.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Um.
You see a door at the end of the hallway.
Well,
Was there anything over here?
So you
Was
would...
that hallway there? That's what he's asking, I think.
Oh, that is a hallway. You see 2 doors down it.
I'll go ahead and I'm gonna look through the crumbled up statue
Okay.
and see if there's anything there.
Give me an investigation check.
Can I listen on the door? See if I hear any
16.
bojangles going on?
You find what appears to be a decorative sword that used to be in the hands of this statue.
I have a piece of paper.
This statue looks a little different than the others, but it's still the same style. It's a long sword.
So one of my cantrips allows me to open doors that are unlocked. Instantaneously cause an unlocked door or window to... Oh, but it flies open. I don't know if we want to make that much noise.
Hi, Daddy.
Whoa, careful, buddy.
Hi, Daddy.
Hi. I like your crown.
I don't know. What do you guys think about me making doors fly
We go put that in garbage?
Or, you
That's
know, you can
fine.
just go open them.
I was gonna listen on the
Give me a
door.
perception.
Perception is +3, 12.
12. While you're listening right here, you see there appears to be small slits straight ahead of you.
No.
At the end where this dead ends in the ceiling, almost like ventilation, but not like, I mean, it's just dots. You know what I mean? But you can hear what sounds like somebody groveling.
Groveling?
So above, not in...
Yeah, so above, so you don't hear anything from the doors, but above here, there's like, holes in the
You're
ceiling.
not flying. Go find your
And you
pajamas.
can hear, and I'm talking small holes, but it sounds like you can hear through this that somebody, not necessarily crying, but they sound like,
Open?
No, it sounds like someone's in pain. Maybe. So that's what you can hear, but that's where you hear it from.
Okay.
It's very faint. Very faint.
Are these doors unlocked?
Let him fall and break
Hey,
his
love,
face.
if
Right,
you do
guys.
that one more time,
Why don't you go see?
get down.
The
Get down.
doors are unlocked, yes.
Get down.
Can I take a peek?
Sure.
Now go upstairs. There's no
I'll
more jumping.
do-
If you jump again, you're going straight to bed.
Why would I know which one to check?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I'll check.
One leads to a
Caleb.
dead end.
If you
Check
jump
this one.
again,
Yeah.
you're going to
Okay,
bed.
so when you open this one, it
Straight
looks like a storage
upstairs
closet.
into bed.
Looks like there's
your
barrels,
pajamas. Do not
there's
jump down.
crates.
Please get down nicely.
Anything in them?
Give me an investigation check.
Go get your pajamas.
Investigation.
Yeah, so you are searching through. It looks like a lot of food, wine,
Yes.
He's really excited about that.
There's, like normal supplies like that. You don't see anything that stands out.
Okay.
Above all that.
All right. Back out of there. And I guess I'll check into this other closet thing.
Okay, so when you open that up, it looks like there's a table. This might be where they prepare food off to the side.
Kind of like a kitchen type thing.
Yeah, very small.
Kitchen prep.
All right, I'm
What
good.
was in the other room? I missed the whole thing.
Supplies,
Closet.
food, wine.
Yeah. So on our way out, we should make a note of that. Just
Chicken wings.
Apparently, you guys eat chicken.
Chicken
All right,
wings.
what are you doing? You pocket the ornament sword or whatever, or the decorative sword.
Yeah, I just grabbed it.
Okay.
I tell everyone that there's like buffet back there or something.
He doesn't tell you guys about the crying
Oh,
guy.
I forgot about that.
All about the wine.
I forgot about
And
the
the
crying guy.
food.
I tell everyone that about that. I heard some sort of
some weird sounds. So you
Some-
investigate.
man
Okay.
Idiot.
crying or pooping. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Someone sounded like they're in pain.
Well, which
But
way
he was
do we
really
want to
excited to try
go?
the
Do we
wine.
want to go check out these rooms, or do we want to go around the other way?
Well, you don't know if there's necessarily rooms. You knew there was like a hallway.
Well, he said they were. He told us about it, right?
No, he
I
investigated
told
these
you
ones.
just that room.
Just
right
these
Yeah.
two. There was a
It has a
kitchen and
crumbled wall.
closet, and I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good.
But he told
Food
us
and food.
about it, so wouldn't that be
Well, he does it. He already looked. There's
Yep.
food.
okay? Well, then let's go this way. There's
Yeah, I
a
wanna
door
follow
over
you.
here.
I want to go that way.
Boom, you kick in a door. Or, I'm sorry, there's no door here. There's a door here.
Too.
So you kick in the door. When you come into
The
this
rest of
room,
Well, I guess we should all
Coming
come
too.
too. Yeah.
when you get to this room, there's resistance though. When you push it through, there was things piled up on the other side. No lock on it. When you open the door,
Whoa! If it was piled up, was it to keep stuff out?
yes,
Oh.
you see blood on the floor.
I'm feeling really bad about us going into this place.
No, because the bad stuff was on the other side. We're good. We're
I know.
You see a
Well,
bunch
maybe
of stuff
we're gonna be
on
covered
this
now.
side of the door here. There was a bunch of stuff on this side of the door, but there's a bunch of blood there, and you see blood coming back this way.
well, it looks like he went down that manhole.
You don't see it
No,
yet.
we gotta walk around to see that.
I don't know.
and-
I'll walk in the
So-
room and kind of walk.
She's tracking the
Okay.
blood on the floor.
Okay. As you come to here, you see this guy jump out holding a longsword, just shaking. Ah!
Oh, what do you want me to do?
Calm yourself.
You're not one of those.
sir. Calm
No, I'm not.
down.
I'm an elf. What are you?
He's clearly an elf.
Oh,
He's
he's clearly
in
an
normal
elf.
clothes. Looks like a robe. Doesn't look too different. You would recognize him.
Okay.
Not necessarily you know him, but he looks like he's in gear
A holy.
like sage.
Okay.
Like fellow sages. Something that is an option for sage scribes is to come and scribe for the oracle. So maybe I don't know if anyone here is a sage scribe and they were interested at some point in possibly being a scribe for the oracle. Maybe that's something you
I
can
was
tie
a
to your
scribe.
backstory.
So when I
if not,
see
that's
him
fine.
being
I was
freaked
thinking.
out, I
Okay.
will sort of drop the chains that I was holding and just say, calm down, sir. We're here to help you.
He drops it.
Tell us what happened. What happened? What can we do to help? And I'm trying to look beyond him to see what's going on back there.
It's like I've been documenting it all. We've been fighting off attacks from these things for a while.
What
These
things?
Please elucidate
these
what things.
trees and vines and
Vampire
plants.
trees.
These plants. We've been fighting them off for weeks now, and it hasn't been a problem. Today they got the best of our guard, and so he came and we barred the doors as best we could.
Where did they come from? Where's the oracle?
From the woods. You look past, you see the oracle is actually holding the guard
Okay.
in her arms.
She's got like a pie in her head.
So she's holding the guard. It looks like they've already treated his wounds. but he is severely hurt. Like they've dressed it, but he's unconscious.
Mhm.
He looks pale, like he's lost a lot of blood.
Allow
So-
us to help you leave this place.
We can't leave. That's the oracle. Oracle can never leave. You know this.
No, I know that.
She will die here, and then we will get a new oracle.
Oh,
Well, that sure is sad.
Do it remote from within.
That's her.
So, what's your long-term plan? I mean,
do you guys
You
need another
can't-
guard?
you can't stay here. I
Well,
mean, if
well-
you lost your guard, wouldn't
What if
what
you
were we
guys
here-
made those statues protect you?
They will send another guard once they find out he has been wounded.
What were we looking for the oracle for?
we were here
Tell our
to?
prophecies.
Yeah. The oracle was supposed to tell us what our prophecy.
So maybe the
was.
Are
oracle.
you the next adventurers?
Yes, if the oracle can tell us, then we will try and help.
You know, just
We
Whatever
can
this
do
is.
that. Let's get the guard out of here. He can't be here. Only me and the oracle are allowed
Yeah,
to be
let's
in this
throw
room.
the guard out in the other room.
Well, you could take him to the other room. There's doors. He tells you there's another room over there. If you guys had fought them off, I mean, you wouldn't have gotten here if you didn't.
Yeah.
They don't usually come in waves. It's a few every couple days. So we surely have a few more days.
Okay, well, let's segregate the guard over into the next room.
He explains to you. He said, before we get into this, I can tell you a little bit more about this. It seems like these things just randomly stumble upon this place unintelligently. It's not like they're trying to seek us out from what we've seen. We've seen them march right past at times, with
So Stephen
no
King
desire to
style.
even come here.
Okay.
It just seems very random. They're clearly not very intelligent. They go towards sound and movement. For instance, the guard told us he was able to sneak up.
Told you you shouldn't have worn this stupid chainmail.
Our guard was able to
your
sneak
fault,
up on
dude.
some and throw a rock, and they followed the rock and hovered around
Okay,
it.
that's good. That's
So,
good.
Like zombies.
kind of.
That's really great.
Intelligence
I have
4.
something that'll be
So
really helpful.
yeah. So he tells you all this, and says that he doesn't know what has come upon the forest, but it's like I said, it's only been a little over a couple months now. So, well, he says, so you guys are this season's adventurers, huh?
Yes. We've come here to get our prophecy told
Okay.
by the oracle.
I will prepare. I was not expecting you with this happening. I did not know. So normally, when you show up, your guide had told you when you first stepped out. It's pretty standard that you'd show up, you'd have food and drink wine and relax for the day, and then that night you would normally do it. It's already nighttime. They've obviously been dealing with a wounded guard. The scribe says we can do this in the morning. If you
Since
want,
I'm about to meditate, should I use a cure wounds before I go to sleep?
I would
anyway?
always expend every spell slot
Okay.
before bed.
So I'll.
Healing whoever needs to be healed.
So who needs healing though out of our people?
Just heal the guy.
Or should I just heal him and
Heal
on his
him.
deathbed?
Who are you healing? Oh, the guard.
Should I heal the guard or should I? How's everyone's hit points?
I mean, if we're assuming we're gonna go to rest right after this, we might as well
Yeah.
just heal the guard. I
Okay.
mean, I guess it doesn't really matter.
Okay. Yeah, I just gotta touch him.
The guard?
Yeah.
Okay. So give him his hit points.
Okay, I've got a +7 anyway, and a D8 is that one. Okay. So 10 total.
Okay. So he wakes up, like all of a sudden he has color again. He looks at you, and he just knows that you had done this. Like he knows something happened. He looks down, and his wounds are gone. And he says, "Thank you. I owe you so much." And then, as you go to pull away, he grabs your arm and says, "Here." And he hands you a slip and says, "Take this to Oakenmore. And take it to the Temple of Life."
And what was it before that? Oganmore?
Oakenmore, like Oakenmoore.
Okay. Okay.
He says it's a couple things of great value that you can keep. All right.
Dang, Value Town.
So he gets up and he asks for his sword back from the scribe. He gets it. And he says, I'm going to go back to my duty and go straight to the front door. He's been asleep for a couple hours. He seems pretty well refreshed with your healing. And if you want, you can put the guide with him too. Maybe they socialize
They'll
and
chat
chat.
for the
and-
night.
yeah, they're friends now.
Do
They
we
know
know
each
if
other.
like the rest of the all this is all cleared out of?
So they actually get you guys set up in that far room right there. That's where you're going to be able to sleep. They tell you to camp, meditate for the night. You'll have breakfast in the morning, and the oracle will be ready tomorrow. Okay.
Let's do this.
All right. Okay.
Practicing your roll so you can have some better ones.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean the temple. The Elven Adventurers Guild in Oakenmore. So you guys will still you'll have to get your full-fledged
Thing
before
from
you can do that.
Basilisk or whatever.
Yeah, Asal Thalas.
Syphilis.
Okay. What's that? Syphilis, yeah. Okay. So the next day comes. You're back in the room where the guard was. The scribe is off in the corner behind the oracle. You guys are all to sit in a row side by side. And you all partake in drinks. There's incense going. There's, based on all the stuff going on, it's almost... He's gonna
There's
get
no
himself
candy
sick.
up there.
Oh, okay, good. You guys all start to feel euphoric, a little lightheaded, a little happy. Something's going on.
Little drugged.
Yeah, a little drugged. Maybe it's some
Ruby cola.
some opium or something
He
going on.
just opened this and it has it on his hand and his mouth.
What is it?
It's candy. He's eating more candy.
There's
Where did
candy
he
in there.
get it from?
There's candy in there that wasn't in the bowl.
I don't know. What?
He knows of your secret stash that you don't even know about.
I don't care, apparently.
He has a good secret that you don't know.
Okay.
Hang on a minute.
Did you get pajamas for him?
All right.
Go find pajamas
So-
for him. Put them on his changing table. Put them on his changing table.
So the oracle starts speaking things in tongues that none of you can make out. It's not an intelligible thing. The sage scribe is writing stuff down profusely, just whatever. And
Mommy, it was the other one.
Mom's listening to class.
That these are
it's good for her. So anyways, when all this stops and starts to die down, the oracle speaks. And she's not staring at any one of you. She's staring at the ground. And there's like at this smoke that's in front of her. And she says, in times of dire circumstance, there will come a time that you will need to change your situation. Sacrifices will be made to achieve your goals. And your morals will be tested. And that's all she says.
Is that mine?
No. Can I have that back? That's it?
I'm gonna open.
Sacrifices need to be made. What was the end of that?
To achieve our goals.
In times of dire circumstance, there will come a time that you will need to change your situation.
Is this a fortune cookie?
Kind of. Sacrifices will be made to achieve your goals.
Fortune cookies.
Your morals will be tested. So 3 things.
Okay, let's write this down. What is it?
Yeah, scribe, write it down.
Thank you.
In times of dire circumstance, there will come a time that you will need to change your situation.
Oh, situation.
Sacrifices will be made to achieve your goals.
Hold on. I'm not that fast.
Sorry.
So in times of dire circumstance, you'll need to
Change your situation.
I'll cut it with you, yeah. But Dad wants me down here. So what's that?
Okay, you'll need to change your situation. Sacrifices will have to be made.
To achieve your goals.
Okay. Sacrifice.
Will be made to achieve your goals. And your morals will be tested. It was stupid. I knew she was gonna say that. She's so negative to me. Always.
I mean,
See, but I know what it means and you don't. So
I feel pretty good about this, being that I am a person of the gods. So
But maybe
you're
your
the one who's
morals
gonna have
are
your
gonna be
morals
tested.
tested. Like your God's gonna abandon the shit out of you.
All right.
I'll
So,
be perfectly
with that-
fine over here.
Everything dies
you never
down.
claimed to be.
Yeah.
The scribe says, I don't ever know what her cryptic, non-informative messages mean. They
Yeah,
mean
see,
something different
non-informative.
to everybody.
Exactly. Even
There-
the scribe.
When you
knows.
say that, he says, well, there's just not enough information to decipher it. You'll know when the time comes. There's a reason people believe in her, because it always comes true. Always.
Just like your horoscope.
Okay,
Well,
Marcus.
Yeah, but I mean, I can go back and work on a farm and be in a situation where my morals are likely going to be
Roll
tested.
intelligence check. Or no, wisdom check. Give me a wisdom check. You're high on wisdom, right?
Hey, can I do one of those?
You could.
20.
You feel really good about what the oracle said. Your wisdom, because you are so wise, tells you that this normally is true. And it's not stupid.
This prophecy normally comes true, and whatever you're thinking, it's not stupid.
It's good to know.
Yeah, go throw it away.
Oh dear.
It's 'cause
That's
it's
what
hot.
happens. It's a fireball.
Oh gosh.
Go throw it away.
All over his shirt.
Yeah, 'cause it's hot. Okay, so do you guys want to head?
Go.
Do you guys have more time, or no?
Oh,
It's about 9:15, so that's why I asked.
yeah, I think we got a little bit of time.
It's too spicy.
Hang on. Let's take a 2-minute break. I will make sure the next little bit is a little bit quick now.
Okay.
I want some water.
Yeah, I could get
You falling asleep?
Me? No,
Oh, okay.
I'm good. Just yawning occasionally.
Oh, my back. My neck. My back.
It's not like she's playing right now.
It's not like it was.
Evan should be upstairs in bed.
Yeah, so she was
I didn't hear the alarm go off.
It wouldn't go off on our end.
Very good.
Okay, I gotta pee, so I'm gonna do that.
I'll just sit.
one thing I'm wondering about is one of these. Command. So to see page 223 in a book. But I don't know which book.
Oh.
I'm doing yoga and said we're doing really good. Also, you have to remember that we are live streaming. He's got video though. He's got video.
I don't really see how you could shoot.
Oh, look at his notes, but I wouldn't do that.
The story.
Just choking out. Let me see if they have snacks of some sort though.
Dark snap.
Hey, Paula, did you take my glasses on the counter with water in it? What'd you do with it? Just. Being fun, okay? Or fun so far? Did you think my little prophecy was stupid? I didn't think so either. She's so mean to me. I think she's giving me attitude about her character dropping. I think it makes it more fun.
Yeah, it does. How do we become proficient with specific weapons and tools?
So you can train them. There's something called downtime. It takes so much time to do it, but you can do it outside of the game. There's also certain feats that allow it. And then there's some things that you get from your class. But for the most part, it's money and time between adventuring.
For what?
To learn new proficiencies or skills.
Mm.
Eddie, there's one more piece of pizza if you want. While we're sitting here.
Oh, okay. I asked her. We can move on.
Okay, we good? Okay, cool.
So you guys start traveling back with your guide. You get back to that tree. The river is still there. That tree is covered with vines wrapped around it. Other kind of moss and stuff like that.
They look like bad people attack me vines.
The thing about those bad people attack me vines, they look just like normal non-bad people attack me vines.
Vines are vines.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Who wants to go first? What do you want to do?
I think the guy should go first and poke it with his long stick.
I
Yeah, I don't like. Can
Hold
we
on.
defer to the guy? Like, what's the guide say? Like,
have
Thaumaturgy?
yeah, that. And I can
Make noise?
make noise or harmless tremors or
Mm-hmm.
a sound on the other side of the
Okay.
thing. So I'll do that. 'cause I
So you
got
make
range of-
tremors on the tree on the far
Yeah.
side? Okay. You see the tree kind of move in place? Nothing happens.
Yeah, so it trembled, and I mean, I think us get climbing on it.
Guess we can cross.
I
all
think
right,
we might
I'll
be
go. I'll
okay.
go first.
Guide goes first.
Oh, he does. Good for him.
He crosses all by himself. Not a problem. Mm-hmm. Give me an acrobatics check.
10.
Guess what?
Hmm.
It's easier to walk on this due to the vines being there than before. It's
I
not.
kind of thought it might
It's
be.
not as hard. You get across, no problem.
Yeah, it's probably also like nestled in place with those vines.
Okay.
Okay.
Somebody to fall out.
14, so you're good.
You're good.
I got a 3, but what am I adding to it?
Just,
Acrobatics.
yeah, acrobatics. skill.
So I got 5 total.
So you struggle, but you actually get across. Hand wave for Paula. Paula makes it. Okay.
Hand wave.
Yep.
I mean,
I don't need to hear her
she
cry.
has a +5 for dex
Well,
bonus
you
anyway.
could still roll 1. She probably does, though. Okay. So you managed to walk back towards Asal Thalas. You come up camp at night, and
You want us to give you these people back? and
you're in a
stuff?
safe, you're in a safer area. He
Yeah, there's a
feels.
statue.
You guys have been able to make a lot of time on the way back, and he tells you, it's like, I've never seen anything like that. This is going to be wild when I write about this in my
Here's
memoirs.
the guard. We don't need the guard anymore.
And yeah, I can take the other 2 too. He tells you he's planning on writing a book about all the adventurers he's sent to the Oracle and other places as well. And he tells you he overheard, or the guard told him that you guys would be going to Oakenmore.
Mhm.
And he tells you it's a nice little place. There's about 900 people there. So you'll like that little town. It is located just outside of the forest, but it is a ways away. But yes, obviously you'll have to go back to Asal Thalas and get your wings, as they like to say. He's talking about your initiation into the
Mhm.
Adventurers Guild. He says it's quite an accomplishment. They don't obviously accept anybody. There are a lot of people, but it's, they are selective with who they allow in. He tells you you'll obviously get different types of things, jobs, things like that over time. There's not always jobs. You'll sometimes go in and they'll have way too many adventuring groups, not enough jobs for everybody. Hell, one day you might become a guide. You seem to be cut out to be a guide one day. So he looks at you and says, you seem like you come from like that scribe back there. You come from a past like him. I think that's where the big words come from. Interesting. He tells you too. He says, obviously your job's cut out to be a writer as well. I'm actually working with a scribe back in Asal Thalas to write my book. But yeah, so you could be a writer one day. You could go work in the Great Library. That'd be awesome. You'd have to travel really far to Elda. But, that's...
Oh, I've traveled before.
Yeah. Have you? Oh, that's great. Then no problem. But yeah, so he tells you all that. You guys do your trances. Everything goes smooth. The next morning, continue your travels. You get back to Asal Thalas. Now, the trees have grown since you left a little bit. But again, the ones outside of Asal Thalas aren't as bad. When you walk past the lamps, as soon as you walk past them, the city has never looked so beautiful to you. Something about the experience in those woods changed you a little. Some of the stuff you experienced is kind of outrageous. You get back, you go straight to the Adventurers Guild. They give you, first of all, you walk in and there's adventurers clapping for you as the guide lets you walk in first. And out from the back door walks, oh gosh, what's his name? Adran Celeveroon. He walks up and says, come back to my office. And you walk through the doors they came out of and then took an immediate left into what appears to be his den. There's a nice couch, real comfortable. He asks you to leave your weapons outside of it before coming in. And when you sit down, he says, so what did the Oracle tell you?
Oh, okay. In times of dire circumstance, you'll need to change your situation. Sacrifices will be made to achieve your goals. Your morals will be tested.
That Oracle. She's so full of shit. Gosh. What the hell does that mean?
I was hoping you'd know.
She says we'll find out.
Sacrifices. Does that mean within the group? Does that mean something greater? Morals. Does that tie to the sacrifice? What are these dire circumstances? How do you change your situation?
I'm just adding more questions.
Answering questions with questions.
Yeah.
Gosh. Are they all individual? Does one mean something to you and one to you and one to you?
With any
Or
luck,
is it a group thing?
with any luck, the gods will guide us.
In inspiration, put a little line. You get inspiration next time.
What's that?
At any time, you get to give yourself advantage, so you roll 2d20s and take the higher.
Where
At
do
the
I-
top, above your...
What do I write?
Just put a
Just
line.
tally mark.
Yeah, tally.
Okay.
Normally, you can only have one at a time. I will sometimes allow more than that. Just keep track. Don't let it get too high and use it. If you don't use it,
Okay.
But yeah. So yeah, then he says, well, you are now privy to the private area back here. Sometimes there are some seedy individuals. Whatever is said back here in this part of the bar, you do not repeat outside of here unless you have been given permission by the original person who told you.
Yeah.
If you're on a mission and you're told to go do something, yes, you can talk about it. But don't be spreading around if you hear about some other job that someone's on. Don't be spreading that around. You can give away tactical advantages and things like that. So we have to be careful and protect the rest of our adventurers. Okay?
Gotcha.
He does say, there will be times when you will have rivals, where you'll be competing with some of these other people for the same job. Okay? Don't let that ruin or be a detriment to the job. Okay? If the jobs aren't getting done, we will not get jobs. So no matter what, succeed at all costs, but don't ever attack another adventurer.
Friendly rival. Friendly.
Yes, very much so. And we're all elves here. We know we're better than
We're
all
all
the
the same
other mouth breathers out there. He says, so
Many elves are.
So yes, anytime you want to try to get a job, you can come here. There's other ways to get jobs as well outside of the adventurers halls, adventure guild halls. But here's a good place to get some. We have a board, a bounty board on the back. It's people being hunted for various crimes. We have things like that. You can always check as well.
All right. Do you know anything about the golf tree? The Goliath
Goliath tree?
Goliath tree?
No.
Okay.
Just a legend.
Yeah. It's like werewolves, vampires, all legends.
Have you been in the woods lately?
Me? No, I stay here most of the time. I'm a retired adventurer.
Okay.
Now I lead the guild out of this city.
Okay.
Now, I probably won't have a lot of dealings with you after this, unless something extremely good happens or extremely bad. So, if you break any of the simple rules that we have, you could get kicked out. And that is all.
Okay.
Fair enough.
All right. So that's that. The only other thing is you could try to come up, and we'd probably want to wait for Paul for that. We could probably plan that next time, but how to get to Oakenmore, or if you want to try to find a job
So
here,
we could look and see if there's any jobs that also relate to Oakenmore.
you could try. Yep. So we'll end here,
Okay.
and then that gives me time to prep anything like that for the next session. And yeah, so hopefully you guys had fun,
Okay.
and that it wasn't too stupid or too deadly, and it upset you guys as well.
Terrible. Just
I
terrible.
mean, it was a little hairy, that's for sure.
Yeah? It bothered you?
No.
Well, he kept rolling pretty poorly, so. But that's the thing. That was like a difference between a poor roll and a good roll.
Right.
You roll poor and you're like dead. You roll pretty well and all the bad guys are dead.
Right.
So-
Right. Oh, it sounds like she's coming down here, so maybe we could get some input from her.
Okay. Man, I feel like I've been sitting way too long though.
That's well normally.
I mean, I got up and I still feel like I'm.
Normally, so because I knew we were on short time, normally I would have taken a break. If you guys showed up at 5-ish when we started playing, we probably would have taken a break around like 6:45, 7 o'clock.
Okay. Oh, I do have
So-
one question.
Yep.
So this one has C page 223. Which book?
Player's Handbook, PHP.
What's this? Maybe.
Yeah, it's the orange one.
Okay, I want to look at that
How many people?
because I almost used it a couple times, but wasn't quite sure.
So the only thing, so they got back. Just tell me right now. So they got back to Asal Thalas. They talked to. They didn't really talk. They were talked to, or they were talked at by the guy that you guys are supposed to return to. He basically told you guys that you're all part of the guild now. You
He doesn't know anything about our Oracle thing.
could golf. Oh yeah, he said it sounded ridiculous and stupid, but then asked a bunch of questions like, well, does that tie to individuals? Does that tie to all of you? What is the sacrifice? Are the different things combined? Are they
Okay.
each separate? Whatever.
Your phone's already up.
That's fine. I'll lay down with him in a minute. Don't worry about it.
He doesn't know about the golf trees or
The Goliath tree. It says just a legend, just like werewolves and things like that, and he's never seen any of it. He says that
we can get a job there. There's like a bounty board, just like a typical guild hall type thing. Oh, and then one of the rules is we can't talk about anything that we hear in that private area
unless you're given permission.
Unless we're given permission because it's tactical something or other.
And even though we'll compete with, against others for jobs, you know,
Yeah,
it's a
we
friendly
could have like